Presented in partnership with Barra Brava Brewing. This is Lumpen FC.
Welcome back. You're listening to WLPN Chicago, 105.5 FM, Lumpen Radio. You are listening to Lumpen FC. We have much to cover because FIFA is corrupt, in my opinion. Allegedly corrupt.
We have to say that.
A lot of things going on with the World Cup and its coverage, its presidential immunities, what's happening on the field, off the field, and then not only that, what's happening with the clubs as well, as they are attempting to get trades started, because the season starts in 4 weeks, guys.
Man, so some seasons have already started.
As usual,
Yep.
I am Adrian, and I'm here with
Jim J.
Sebastian.
And we have a guest today. We have Robert Diaz from the Chicago Fire. Robert, welcome back.
Yeah,
man.
welcome back, man.
Now we've done this the skit before, where you tell us your favorite teams and so forth. So just for the new people listening in to us, go ahead and let us know what your favorite teams are.
Yeah, obviously the Chicago Fire, first and foremost.
Let them know who's next, Robert.
That
Let them
is
know who's
number
next.
one. Number two,
Let them know who's next.
the current Premier League champions.
Yes, sir.
The Arsenal.
Yes, sir.
The Arsenal.
That's
Just
one and two easily. One and two easily.
Just keeping it warm for Liverpool.
Yeah.
All right.
It's hot, baby.
right.
Hot.
So let's go ahead and get into it. And I do want to start with, what is it that you guys think about, first of all, the red card that occurred to Belongun in his match, previous match. And it was the match against
Bosnia?
Yeah, Bosnia.
Bosnia,
Yep, Bosnia.
right? Bosnia Herzegovina.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that was a red card?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
If you look at the letter of the law, yeah. That
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
It's
Yes.
it's amazing because it's funny to listen to the ESPN pundits and the Fox pundits, and I understand that there's a perspective that they have to play out, but all of them are like, no, it was soft, it was blah blah blah, and there was no intention. For those of you listening to us right now, the intention is not part of the rule.
No.
It's if you put another player in danger, and he almost snapped that dude's ankle. So
Achilles, boy.
it's a red card.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
It was cleats on the back of the calf, and then he bent his ankle. Like,
Yeah.
Intention doesn't matter.
And there was no removal of the foot once it was planted.
No.
He continued through the motion.
And I mean,
there-
we've seen during the season, like less challenges get given red cards.
It's like you
Right.
said during the season. If this was a season, we wouldn't even be worried about this. Like
No.
this is like when we
No.
watching our teams play, we see it, we're like, oh.
Yeah,
you just
you'd be
kinda
like,
like-
"Ah,
we're
you'd
just
be
like,
more mad at your player.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
What are
You're
you
just at the
doing?
bar, rubbing your head, just like, oh, who's next on the bench?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Who do we have?
We need him for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, right. You're actually thinking about that. You're not thinking about the other outcome that
Right.
came about.
Which that was another thing. I didn't know that. So is that a thing in the World Cup where the red card is only one match? Or
Right.
Well,
it's
No,
only
I
one
think
match?
it depends
Because
on the
usually it's
foul.
three, right? Like
Well,
usually
no.
you get a red like that. It's a three
we
game.
saw what happened with the England guy.
With Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa, yeah.
Jarrell Kwanzaa.
Okay, so what's going on with Kwanzaa? Tell
matches.
Let me know.
They-
2 matches.
So he got a
so
red
he's
card.
done. His tournament's done.
No, if he gets
Unless
to
they
the
get-
final, they get
yeah.
the final. You can
If he
play.
gets to
Okay,
the
so
final,
unless he makes the final. Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
And that's the one on Mexico, right? He
No,
he lifted
yes,
his foot.
yes.
He lifted his foot. Granted,
It
the
was
ball
high.
rolled. It was high. It was a
Yeah.
clip. Cleats up. No, yeah. That's what
Unfortunately,
it
they
is.
don't take tea time in the White House, so he couldn't get that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
That was going to be suspended
Well,
for
but
a year.
that has to be a different delegate. That
You know
has to
what
be
I'm saying?
the.
That's if this was over, he was back in England over there. He'd be
Yeah,
good, right?
yeah.
That'd be good. But here, no, it was like
The
what?
king,
Biscuits.
the king, the king has to make a call. And then-
Right.
Nah,
Well, they didn't get rid of they didn't excommunicate Prince Harry. Maybe he could have said something to Trump, but they're lost.
You were saying trouble boy next World Cup. We catching no breaks, boy.
Now, okay, so this kind of sets a precedent, and one of the managers from another team came out and said, and I think it was Argentina. The Argentina's manager was like, okay, so what now? Like, where are we now? Do we just fight every red call? Do we have the president or the prime minister or a representative just pick up the phone,
They
call
basically started
Infantino and be like, how much money do you want?
They basically started doing it like within a few hours. Like it was Paris, or was it not Paris? It was France who tried to get Olise's is one yellow card rescinded because had he gotten another
it'll
one,
stack, right?
yeah, it'll stack. So they tried. They also tried. Yeah, it's and then you start getting the jokes and the memes of like, well, back in '94 when Ballack got the red card, can we get that one rescinded? And
now, this is an incredibly rare situation that has occurred where a red card gets rescinded because a politician calls in to FIFA and says, hey, there's an issue here or there's something there. Now, we do live in the modern society where, okay, you need the eyeballs on TV because the 4 quarters are important. You have to have your hydration break. You have to watch your commercials. It's important to have your top player on the field, right? Or your best performers or so forth. Yeah. The NBA deals with it. The NFL deals with it. And baseball juggles with it because baseball is different in the way they use their injury reserves and so forth. But the NBA has had that issue where it's like, okay, I'm going to travel with my best players. We don't need to win this game. They don't need to perform. So I'm just going to leave them on the bench. And then, the lead shareholder calls in and says, no, we need the commercials. We need the commercial time. We need the fans to be happy. So you're going to have to play your star players, even though there's that risk of injury. So are we moving football, soccer, in that direction to where, A, it's 4 quarters, which is horrendous, and B, you're going to have to play your players, and then your players aren't really going to care about the first 3 quarters of the game, and then perform in the 4 quarters.
No, I don't think it translates. I mean, the 4 quarters thing. First of all, I don't think it's gonna. People, it's like the most unpopular thing.
People hate it.
People hate it.
Everybody hates it.
The people in the stadiums are letting it known that they hate it. So I'd be surprised if they continue it because people are not gonna stop hating it. But also, like, I don't think even if let's say they start doing it. And they do the 4 quarters thing. It's not going to translate like the way it does to basketball, where nobody cares until like the final quarter. I don't think that sport doesn't lend itself for that.
It's weird that we say it account because like I feel like we're at a point, depending on like when the next World Cup ends, and let's be real, down the road we can talk about weather, especially how in Chicago we've been going through it with weather, and the new MLS schedule. We're going to be in the worst months in Chicago. Yeah. When the new MLS comes for the fire, right?
Months.
But that's not. But like, so in the World Cup,
the best months.
in the world, but the World
you
Cup,
can enjoy it.
Yeah,
I will enjoy it.
The World Cup, right? When it goes over, I mean, was it in Morocco? Somewhere, I think some of it's in Europe next year, and they're having heat waves now. So, right, 4 years from now, they're not going to be no heat, like no 4 quarters is going to be there. They're going to have to because people are really the heat, right?
But here's the thing though, and I think this is where FIFA needs to step in. Because we were doing 4 quarters throughout the entirety of this tournament, even in games that were indoors. Yep. But you don't have to have a 4 quarter or for the 4 quarter format. Granted, I know that Fox paid for the advertisements or they are making money for the advertisements. So I understand the business side of it. I get it. But that's not football. That's not what we do. I'm an absolute loudmouth when it comes to how much it changes the game. There's so many games that had great back and forth play. They were moving quickly. The momentum was back and forth. Everyone was hyped up. Everybody was ready to play, playing well, especially in the first half. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, we got to go to commercials. We got to sell you this truck that you can't afford. But we're going to sell it to you at an interest rate that you also can't afford.
Yeah. Unless you go tell
So
Mundo.
why are we doing that? It's pointless. And then you also had those events where they went to the commercial breaks or whatever, and then the players even came out and like, "Hey, we're ready to go. Yep. We don't want to take the full whatever time." And the rest were like, "No, we got to wait for you to buy Apple products."
I think I agree with that, but I would even go further because we get stoppages all the time anyways. I call it the Arteta timeout, where somebody just goes down. Yeah. And it's like, well, come on, guys, gather, and gather. It's part of the tactical
play. Yeah.
But either way, the game's getting stopped, especially when momentum is happening. That's exactly when players have an injury, quote unquote.
Well, yeah, and that's part of the managers and the players handling the game.
I think they should stop that.
But okay,
I think there should
here's
be
the
a way
thing.
to hinder that.
If
If we're going all the way, then let's go all the way.
I honestly agree with you on
I
that.
saw. I forget what game it was the other day. There was a foul. I think it was later in the game, and players tried to go to the coach, and the ref was like, "No, you can't."
Well, yeah, you're not.
Yeah, you're out
like,
for like 2
during the World
minutes or
Cup, they're
something
not
like
letting.
that.
You're not allowed to do
No,
that.
players.
It's
that
not a
players-
hydration break.
They try to go to the coach for instruction.
They can't.
And
no.
the ref was like, "No,
I
you
hear
can't
you.
talk to your coach. It's not a."
Yeah, you're not
hydration
supposed to.
break."
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to do that.
The whole
period.
team or just that
The
one
whole team.
player?
No,
The
no,
whole
you're
team,
not
yeah.
allowed to.
No one on the team.
You're not allowed
yeah.
to talk to
Oh,
them.
okay.
That's
That's
the
actually
first
the
time I've
rule.
seen
Yeah,
a
they
ref.
come over
Yeah.
there.
That's
Shove 'em
cool.
away.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
You know, and I'm
Something.
old school. I'm old school. So look, there are times where the head injury is a whole different thing, right? The head injury does add that different dynamic. However, there are absolute times where you'll see a player do the Neymar and roll for 30 feet, and you
Yeah.
know, and stops the game. Players can just grab him, throw him out of bounds, and let's continue. Like, let's go. Like, or the referee can be like, hey, like, you got to get up,
Yep.
you know, or I'll give you 10 seconds to get up.
They
Get-
started
get-
doing it too. The
do you-
refs are like, "Play on."
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because
And
they
then
can always
which
go
I
back.
did like.
the players like, "Damn."
Yeah, they can always go back to VAR and look at it,
Yeah.
like they did with the mess with Egypt and Argentina,
Yeah.
Right.
and figure that out. Which I mean,
Yeah.
that's basically what it's going to be. Is like, well, we're gonna have to go back anyway, so they can go ahead and get all that drilling out.
keep
We're
it
celebrating and whatnot, and it's like, oh, actually, you fouled a person a minute and a half
Yeah.
ago,
Yeah.
so we got to bring it all the way back.
After one of
And
the best like counterattacks
Yeah.
we've seen in the tournament.
Right. So there's all that. I think there's a lot of things that we're gonna like. Cause like what are things like make it make sense, right? If it's not, I think you said that like if it's not hot, and there's not like there's not a heat wave going on.
you're
There's no need to
indoors,
do that.
Use common sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Especially if you say if you're indoors, there's no reason to do that.
Like,
There's-
I hate sports being indoors, period. I hate sports being indoors, unless it's an indoor sport. But at this point, okay, if this is going to be the case, I'll take football being indoors. So for all the other World Cup tournaments, build stadiums with roofs, fine, whatever, but take away the 4 quarters. I don't want the interruptions. Like, it's just not.
It might end up being where, depending on like if it is in a hot stadium in a hot area or whatever, maybe they should just kind of like what sport do they do it where? Oh well, they already do this, where both teams should decide whether or not you can use the towels or not to wipe down the ball.
an EPO,
Both teams should decide whether or not they want to have these breaks, and if neither of them agree completely, then you don't have them.
Yeah, no. I mean, another example of it.
That could be something.
And one of the things that was occurring, the Houston Stadium. Well, both Texas stadiums, Dallas and Houston. I've been to both of those stadiums. I've sat in those stadiums for NFL and for concerts. Yeah, they have the hole in the roof. I get it. But the stadium's completely AC'd.
Yep.
I've seen people at the Houston, Texas Stadium, take sweaters with them to football games because it's cold inside the stadium. Or they'll be sitting in sections where the AC's blasting and it's cold in the stadium. That field is never getting to 100 degrees, 110 degrees. It's just not, because the way stadiums are built nowadays, it's just not something that the players have to deal with. So the hydration break, I get it. If you're playing in old stadiums, Azteca might be an issue, but Azteca, the games were mostly at night.
Yeah.
So at 9 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night in Azteca, you're not going to have that issue. It might be humid. Well, okay, humidity, you're going to have that in Houston too, no matter how much they AC the stadium. You're going to have it in Dallas as well, no matter how much they AC the stadium. So that's not, the humidity is one thing, but the heat, I just don't get it. I honestly don't get it.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the original conversation. What do you think about the president of the United States? Forget who the president is at the moment. Let's just put that to the side. Let's say any president were to call into FIFA and be like, "This is what you're going to do."
Well, they did. They already. I think they said it wasn't it Bonnie Jones, whatever he was talking about. Yeah, I mean, they even said like FIFA has had a rule like you're not even allowed to do that. You're not even
a
actually.
forfeit.
Yeah, you're not even allowed to do it.
Yep.
So I think a lot of people of all the tomfoolery that's been going on with the World Cup, I mean, it kind of was like the cherry on top, right? It was like the two crooks are just sleeping in bed with each other, and like no one was like, everyone was like, it was a joke at first, and as soon as it came out, everyone was like, oh, what?
So
Wait,
blatant.
no, okay, like, but we're not shocked, but for real, like, really, like, we just like and the thing is about it, and the thing that's crazy to me, like, I was already out the door with this World Cup as it was, but this is not going to leave the U.S. forever. This will always be a stain on the U.S. team. Everywhere they go, next World Cup, they're going to be clowned on.
Oh, yeah.
World Cup that, clowned on. World Cup about that, clowned on. This is just going to be a stain for the Yanks forever.
And it affected the team on the field.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
there's no way those players didn't have all the players that played. There's no way that wasn't in their head.
Yeah, because like that team is not a bunch of Diego Lunas. I'm sorry, because that's everyone seems like they want to be like those dudes are already like that. The team that we had was already done with like the U.S. fans, everything. What for a couple years ago when all the old heads were like, they don't got no pride. If it was me, Clint Dempsey's and all that, they ain't got the dog in them. Like all of our good players really don't care. Like why should they? Like for real. Like I wouldn't care. Like I'm getting paid more money and getting respected elsewhere in my clubs. Like coming to this World Cup, whatever. I'm already getting. We got our sport's so big now. We have like your standard ex football coach. Like what are they doing there? How come we're not running hard? Or, yeah. It's just like so embarrassing. So it's like for me, it's like we plateaued. We're not going to get any better than what we are just because we're an American sport. So like it's just like I'm kind of just like yeah. I'm kind of like done over it. Like it is what it is. We've got this is we'll always get to the round of 16. I don't think we'll ever get better than that, and that's just what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, I think one of the issues would have to be the academy programs, which is another topic of conversation that's been coming up. Landon Donovan made those comments about if you're paid to play, and then of course Alexi Lawless came back with like, well, that's the system we live in. Money.
Who's gonna pay these coaches living?
Yeah,
right.
No other country has ever figured that out.
Right.
No.
I don't know how we will ever figure it out.
Come
on.
That's the American way. Like it's just
can't Saudi Arabia give us another airplane to sell? Like
Trump can call somebody.
We can use that money. We use that money to subsidize youth soccer programs in the United States or youth sports programs in the United States. But that is communism. And we can't have that. Can't have that socialism.
The thing too is it's like my buddy coaching out in Virginia right now. I'm like, there's a director of like the Richmond Kickers who's getting paid 6 figures. I'm like, for what? Yep. What are you getting paid 6 figures for? What? To think of how many people are in the USA that you're the right guy that's gonna like get how many kids that you have to the next level. Like, it makes no sense. We're so overwhelmed with just players and unhappy people and not enough resources to accommodate this one sport that, we do like. It's just like a boom. It was kind of just like, oh, my God, I'm going to take my kid to play soccer at the park. Now just like kind of blew up, and now everyone's like, we're supposed to be good. It's like, that's not how it happens.
But look at youth teams overall, though. What's the purpose of youth teams right now? To turn a profit or to actually develop players?
To turn a profit.
Exactly.
Alexi Lawless was very clear on
that. So you're
that.
getting the results because the profit margins are there.
Yeah.
But you're not going to develop them.
But you're not going to develop players.
There's
we were talking about, before. And you can definitely give us insight on this. If you're having a program, where let's say your U8s, your U10s, whatever, your U9s, and so forth, there's 400 kids, there's 300 kids. Granted, that's going to make money for whoever the shareholders are of that youth program or for whoever owns that. But that's not you're not gonna find that diamond in the rough when you have 300 kids, two coaches dealing with 300 kids. It's the exact same problem we have with our school system. You got one teacher dealing with 90 kids, 80 kids, 50 kids.
What's
how
funny
much
about
are they
our
going to
school
learn?
system is we have that whole no child left behind, so everybody passes. But when it comes to sports, everybody's left behind.
Everybody gets to learn.
It's funny.
I'm looking to leave you behind.
But that's the thing though. In sports, you have to answer to the entirety of the world. Like in any sport that you're in, whether it's NBA, well, except NFL. You have to go compete outside of the United States. Like baseball, when's the last time we won one of those international tournaments? It's been a while. Boxing.
It's not the World Series, yo.
but it kind of is.
I was looking at that thing today. It was like I was like, I'm just curious, and I was like, Clint Dempsey, where did he go? And he went like to Furman, right? Furman University, and I'm just like. That right there.
But he also grew up in the Texas system.
Yeah, but that right there is like, okay, back in our day, I was like, okay, yeah, he played there for 2 years, and he went to the super draft. That's not the way it is anymore. And like that story alone is just kind of lucky, right? Like there's other guys talking about they went to go try out for like soccer at this high school in like New York or whatever. 700 kids. That's just one. That's just one place. That's just one high school.
Right.
So like,
What are you doing
the
with
idea
wait,
of the idea of
wait 700 kids like in the
700
the population of the high school or
700 kids showed up. And they had to deal with all these kids trying out because they couldn't believe it. But like, and it's like
just overwhelming.
But the thing is like, and so we're supposed to. The USA is gonna find out between. That's just like, I mean, these are just little stories of like one school, right? So, how do you think the United States just alone is going to find all the best players in all of our states? And then we still have, the Americans, the dual citizenship all over the world. Like, I think the job is just too big for everyone.
I don't think American players that play here, grow up in the academies here, do the programs here, are going to have the same success as the dual citizenship kids that play in Germany, that play in France, that play in especially in Spain. Like you're looking at nations that invest into their youth athletic programs in a communist socialist way, but because they also understand that sports aren't just about finding that one player that's going to make the national team. Only 20. Well, soon to be 27, 28 kids or 28 players are going to make the expanded new national roster.
Yeah.
Or was it 32? I don't even remember what the new expanded roster
I bet it is. Probably it's going to be the higher number.
Right. So out of an entire country, let's say 32, the high number, you're going to get 32 kids that make that roster or 32 players, and that's it, right? But they also understand that sports help develop people. They help develop people to work in industry, help people that move forward, that can manage other people, that can work with other people. Sports helps develop the character, not just a player that's going to be on the national team. And I'm sorry, but like the academy programs that are dealing with, if you're dealing with 40, 50 kids in your are you actually developing any of those people to be good human beings, to be good citizens? Or are you just giving them the ball to kick, and then the next kid the ball to kick, and then the next one? What are you actually teaching at that point?
How are kids in the U.S. sponsored now to play, football or basketball?
They're not. So their parents have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Parents have to pay.
It's all pay to play.
It's pay to play,
no matter what.
Oh yeah. Until you get that scholarship to the D1 schools, the big ones, but like a big one, like scholarships, like you're still paying if you go to community college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're going to like some of these D3 schools. I mean, you got to pay for some stuff. I mean,
and in football and in baseball, getting that scholarship might help you advance.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely going to get you that education, especially now that some of those rules changed, and now that you can get paid to be part of that aspect of the NCAA.
Okay, that's plus the school.
But that's the thing, though. But in soccer, like what NCAA program, what D1 school are you going to go to and be like, oh, I'm gonna play for Real Madrid?
That's actually good.
Not one.
That's a crazy thing because just like you said, like in Texas right now, basically, like you could we could throw that like NIL into it.
You're gonna go to UT and
I was gonna say Syracuse because or where did what's his name go? Diomande.
Oh, that was in Florida.
Wasn't it?
I thought it was Florida.
I know they made it to the final or something like that.
Miami, maybe.
I can look it up.
Gators. Yeah, we'll look it up.
I can't remember.
Oh, Diomande was playing in college.
Yeah, he was playing in college.
And then he got picked up by Red Bull Leipzig.
MLS wanted to sign up for the draft, and he was like, "No, like
I'm actually
I'm
good.
way better than that.
Next, he's like in Germany with Red Bull, and
Red Bull
like,
Leipzig,
wait, what
okay.
happened?
But did he grow up in
may be 14,
an American
but he
program,
might.
or was
I'm
he?
not sure what age he got over here.
Yeah,
but I think he played high school and college.
Okay.
College for sure.
That'd be interesting because I was thinking because with NIL, because NIL coming in, like, how's that like? Who's gonna come in one day and be like, "Yo, come play for Texas school because we're gonna give you this much money because you could still get more money playing in college than playing in the MLS." Yep. Like that could definitely be a thing that happens, but that's just ruffles the feathers even more, right? Like who's the
Well, but
kid?
it also puts the kid in that position, and they're a kid, right? They're in college.
Mhm.
It puts them in the position to also have to manage a business, which is their likeness
Right.
and their social media
Yeah, 'cause-
and all that, which is where their income would be coming in,
Yeah,
and their sponsorships and so
Yeah,
forth.
because
so,
they're not paying for their education. That the NIL money is totally separate. That's not guarantee you a degree. Or anything.
so then I mean,
That's putting
is that
money in
is
your
that
pocket.
then we have that question as a society: is that kid actually going to school?
Oh yeah, we already know that's cool. We know
So,
that.
so for Diomande, he at the age of 15 joined DME Academy, which stands for Direct Mail Express.
Oh what?
Is a private athletics sports
Oh.
training academy based in Daytona Beach, Florida.
There you go.
It's like IMG,
For
but weird.
Shout
Yeah,
out, shout
for
out, Danny.
postgraduate soccer and basketball players. So
There
I
you
guess
go.
it's kind of an academy program.
So it's an academy program. Right?
Yeah, and then from there,
How much did he pay to go to this program?
I didn't go that
I think
far.
that some of those times, I think the IMGs, I think some of those schools are like you actually earn scholarships when you get.
Yeah.
I think so.
IMG was mostly free.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
got recruited for, which
Yep.
again, especially in basketball, that's like a huge.
So what are these
huge-
schools like? Like I got
Like
I
prep-
got
like
I got to
prep
research now. I
schools.
want to research it. Yeah, but is it like a
Or
voucher
it's
school?
more like a
Is
boarding
it-
school.
Yeah, you get extra like you get an
Boarding
extra
schools?
year and stuff, so you can be
Yeah.
there for like 5 years instead of
Yeah.
4.
He
It's
was-
like Oak Hill used to be and whatnot.
Right.
Okay,
But they have a
okay.
ton
Yeah.
of sponsors, which
Right,
is what
right,
covers.
right. Okay,
that.
okay.
So he was there. He joined in 2022. In 2023, he went on trial for the Rangers.
Mhm.
Ooh,
But he ended up staying at DME, and then in 2024 he was signed to Leganés.
Oh, Leganes.
Oh, okay.
Leganes
so
is
yeah.
always involved somewhere.
Yeah. So he didn't
Sure.
play.
Always
so did he
involved.
play?
And
Did he play college at all?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I think from 15, so he would have been 17, 18 when he joined
Did he-
Leganés.
okay. Yeah. He went. He's gone.
I mean,
and now he's
like,
going wherever the hell he wants.
for the women's program, I understand that university was a big North Carolina.
Yeah.
Wake
Oh, yeah. Tar
Forest,
Heels was pumping
UCLA,
them out.
Tar Heels. Like they were always important programs for the growth of the women's game, and Title IX, of course, had something to do with that. But I don't see any men that actually go through the university system. Really,
They get-
even with the
Not
MLS
anymore,
draft, which is a
Yeah.
joke. I mean, how many actual players came out of the draft that performed really well in
When-
MLS alone? Maybe I will say that maybe there was one guy I can't remember his name off the top of my head that went for the Dynamo. This was back in the day. I mean, this was about 10 years ago. You know, when the Dynamo were good. 15 years ago when the Dynamo were good. He came out of the university and he played well, and then he went to Vancouver, and then
Fire legend Jack Harrison.
Yeah.
Jack Harrison. Oh, there you go.
Well,
there you go.
That's crazy because like I thought that's the same thing as like because like the Dempsey story is like man it's different because like I've had I mean even when you come out here it's like half the people who play in these competitive men leagues are all like D1 players that may have tried out or you may have seen us as a team like I had buddies that played for Drake when they did their run I had buddies that like played for Candace and they had tryouts there's like all these buddies that went D1 like that you play with and you're straight out here and it's like oh well like yeah we went there. And then, you know, we made a tryout, and that was it.
Well, so-
Like
okay.
the Georgetown of the Year player of the year. Like, he went to the Red Bulls. He got on the pitch for maybe 10 minutes, and that was it. Now he don't play no more. It's just like there's
You had a great perspective in the sense that you were playing, outside of the country
Yeah.
for a bit, and then when you came back in, were you like,
oh, it's mayhem.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's there's too many angles, and there's too many. Was it too many Indians? Not enough Chiefs.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
wild, like, cause like literally every coach. I mean, every coach thinks they know how to save the world, or they're gonna take your player to the next place, and then you have to deal with actual parents too, man. It's just like a lot, and it's just a lot. Like I don't know who's even charged of picking any of these players, right? Who's in charge?
Well, but that's the thing, though, is the United States program doesn't have a system that I know of that's a scout system that funnels throughout the leagues, throughout the universities, throughout the high schools.
I think that's the thing. There's no, like you said,
There's no structure.
There's no structure behind
Yeah.
it.
So basically, you're gonna end up with your buddy system, where like, well, I know buddy at academy program over there. He's gonna tell me what are his good players, and then we're gonna go from there. So it leaves a lot of players out.
because buddies are
You're-
just going to try to get to the break or no?
Yeah, we have to go to break. You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You are listening to Lumpen FC, and we will be right back.
never heard anything like this before. It's Postmodern Talking with Bobby Kahn and TJ LeDuce, only on WLPN 105.5 FM. 30-second promo.
Buddy gives artists and small manufacturers in Chicago a place to showcase and sell their goods and artworks. Buddy retails to a vast audience of Chicagoans and visitors at the Chicago Cultural Center. Buddy is a shop as local as it gets. Buddy is part of the nonprofit Public Media Institute. Visit hi-buddy.org for more information.
With threats of raids and immigration enforcement in Chicago, know that we all have rights, regardless of immigration status. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to refuse entry to your home without a warrant signed by a judge. You have the right to speak to a lawyer. Do not sign anything you do not understand. The best way to defend our community is by knowing and defending our rights. This public service announcement was brought to you by Lumpen Radio.
You're listening to WLPN, LP Chicago, 105.5 FM, Lumpen Radio. You are listening to Lumpen FC. Barra Brava Brewing is a proud sponsor of Lumpen FC. You can find Barra Brava products at Life on Mars, at Mars Community Brewing in Bridgeport, as well as The Barrel in Pilsen. You can also find it at Maria's. You can find it in a lot of places at this point. If you want to get in touch with us, or if you want to be part of the radio show, just follow us or hit up Twitch at Lumpen TV. Any questions or comments that you put on the thread, we will try to get to while we are on the air. If you want to get in contact with us outside of Twitch and on off times when we're not on the air, you can always hit us up at lumpenfcradio@gmail.com. And you can follow us on Twitter at Barra Brava Brewing Co., as well as 3160 Firm. That is 3160 Firm. That is the BPF, this is Bridgeport Pilsen Firm, our soccer supporters group. And while we were on the subject of the academy programs and the issues that academy programs might be producing for us to not be able to really find the top players in the country, I do want to get into what occurred then later in the World Cup with Argentina and I think it was Egypt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where there's a lot of screaming about shenanigans that occurred at the end of that game. I sadly was knee deep in work at the time, so I was not able to watch the game. Do you guys that saw that? Do you think that there was some shenanigans there, or is that just social media crybabies?
Yeah, there was some stuff. There was definitely some stuff. I don't think it was as big as people are trying to blow it up. I saw a compilation online of like, all these fouls. I'm like, those aren't fouls, or they're fouls, but they're not yellow.
Well, but here's the
cards.
thing. Okay, in this World Cup, the refs, and I appreciate this, and I like this movement. The refs have been letting a lot go, which I'm good with. It's a contact sport. It's a contact sport.
As long as it's
what it is.
consistent in the game, and he doesn't start, calling it, in the 55th or 60th minute, like now they're fouls. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I think when I saw some of the, because I watched not all the game, but I saw some of it, and then when I saw some of the replays and what people were saying were controversial, I think the inconsistent one are the two main fouls. The other ones were, like, for example, I saw the two fouls that Romero was being called out for yellow cards. I actually do think those were yellow cards. I actually do think he shouldn't have been on the pitch. Those were pretty bad calls. But I thought,
did VAR get involved, or was VAR just absent?
There was no call from the ref on either of them.
Okay.
I think they called a foul, but not anything bigger than that. But I do think that the foul on Lisandro Martinez that took away the goal from Egypt was only slightly worse than the foul that they didn't give to Salah in the box. And they're saying that, like, well, it was a soft touch. And I was like, yeah, it made contact with his toe, and it technically is a foul. It would be outside of the box. They didn't give the penalty. So that's like the main inconsistency for me, because I thought the Lisandro Martinez, I thought it was a foul, but I also thought it was a light foul. But I also thought Salah's was a foul. I also thought it was a light foul. One got called, the other one didn't. That was the main one for me that I was like, that's a lot of inconsistency. The second one would have been the Romero one, because had he gotten the 2 yellow cards that I think he did deserve, he wouldn't have been there to score the first goal.
Okay, so hold on. Are you expecting referees to be consistent within all the games, or
No,
just
just within
that
the
one
game.
match? Okay,
Within the
all right,
game.
Okay,
No, you're never going to get consistency throughout all the games. That's just
right. Each
never
ref
gonna
is going to be
happen.
different.
I gave up
Each
on
ref
that.
and crew. Is
Yeah,
gonna be
it's just not
different.
going to happen unless you just build robots out there and have them all programmed the same way. You're never going to have the same consistency.
No, yeah,
It just
and
won't
that's
happen.
not, yeah.
But within the game, that should be expected. Like if a ref at the beginning sets a tone, like I'm going to allow this to happen, then allow it to happen. If I'm going to call this, then I'm going to call it throughout the entire game. But there, he kind of was picking and choosing, and I don't think it was as egregious as, like, for example, what the Egyptian coach came out and said, or some of the other players came out and said. But there was some inconsistencies.
Yeah, there were.
And it was not favoring them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Also, on the other hand, don't let Enzo Fernandez get open like that. What are you doing?
I was gonna say, the refs
on a
weren't-
cross like
the refs
that?
weren't defending.
No,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
terrible defending.
He just says, like, after 3 goals in 12 minutes, like, you can't really.
Yeah.
You can only do so much. Like, you probably should have did something to stop the next 2 goals to go in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because even if they were going to extra time, they were losing. Egypt was just falling apart.
They were so
So,
gassed.
yeah,
they were
so,
so
like,
tired.
And it's like, even after, your fourth quarter break, your third quarter break, you should. There's a point of the gas thing is, like, that doesn't work when you have quarters. You just fell apart.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
so there's no gas in it. You got your energy drink, your water. You're good to go. You only have 20 minutes or less to whatever get through it. They
Your
scored a
Viagra.
goal and you fell apart. Yeah, you
They
get
gave the
Viagra.
ball to Argentina.
Yeah,
They're
you
playing
get-
a perfect game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then
you
you're
fell
like,
apart.
Nah, here, I'm just gonna.
If it was like 1-1, yeah, but y'all lost 3-2.
Right.
Y'all were up 2-0. Like, go back to Egypt, my guy. It's vacation time. It's over with. Like I'm saying, like, but don't criticize it. Don't criticize everybody else and not criticize your own players. And, like, not even say one thing about we did give up 3 goals in 12 minutes. Because if I was the coach, that's what I would have been saying. Like, y'all just gave up 3 goals in 12 minutes.
The first 2 went through the goalie's hands.
Yeah, like, that's what we need to talk
Yeah.
about. Yeah, no, Reverend, but I was like, I'm not going to sit here and glorify my team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For pooping
Right.
the bed. Nah.
Yeah.
No.
And,
No,
uh,
no.
So let's circle back to the U.S. Belgium game. So Balogun gets back on the field because the president of the United States got involved. And even then, it was just like, oh, we are so out of our league at this point. Like, and it was done within the first 15, 20 minutes. Now, let's look at the Belgium squad, right? Like, the Belgium squad, for the better part of maybe 3 World Cups now, has always been expected to actually maybe possibly win the World Cup because of the players that they have.
Well, they came in third. Like, what was it? 2018, 2014.
14.
Yeah, not too long ago.
Yeah.
And in this game, like, they started with what were basically a young squad, younger players, younger talent, which is scary to think of what's going to happen in the future, and a lot of injured older players that just didn't even get on the field. Like Kevin De Bruyne
They
never
came
got
in.
on
They
the
came.
field.
They set them in. They doked up and shoot. Not even
Yeah.
old, man. Lukaku was not old.
Lukaku wasn't playing.
Doku didn't play. KDB
De Bruyne.
didn't. Yeah, everyone that had these little altercations. Well, Lukaku's on a minute restriction, but I guess the game before, like, KDB and Tielemans were like shoving each other, and then Doku, he subbed them all off. Like, it was in there's like 25, 30 minutes left. He subbed
Yeah.
them off.
And even with the expansion of this World Cup to as many teams as it is, it still kind of ends up the same in the end, where we're looking at the titans of the world of soccer still, we're
Sure.
the ones that are going to be in the final games. Like, it doesn't matter what you do, who you come up with, how your president cries or how your prime minister moans, or how England did, where they blocked off, 3 blocks from their hotel. They used private security in Mexico. I wonder what that was. They paid to be able to sleep. They were allowed to use Viagra so they could deal with the heights. And then the game was it was a great game, but the talent pool was just a different talent pool. And you can kind of see it once it hit that timeline. We're like, okay, these guys are wow. The way they break down the defense, the way they move the ball, it's just absolutely different.
Well, I don't know. There's this. I know people. It's also like this thing with fans, especially new fans, and then just dumb fans, which there's so many of them.
We gotta talk about
that don't just drink the Kool-Aid. And I mean, I'm sitting here the whole time like exactly what happened is what I thought would happen. We beat who we thought we'd beat. We lost who we should have lost to.
But here's also the thing: like, be proud of what CONCACAF did. CONCACAF. I mean,
They did the same thing as every other World Cup.
No,
Yeah,
CONCACAF got
We
three
didn't
teams.
accomplish anything
No,
different.
Canada's never been this far.
Yeah, but did you? That was we all
Fair.
got home cooking. That was
Right.
the obvious thing too. That was so much home cooking.
Yeah.
USA, if they would have not got out of that group, I think that would have been a bigger problem. Like who played Paraguay? They don't even try to attack. And we played Bosnia, awful. We played the Socceroos, lost to a bad Turkey, and then just got beat by a quality Belgium. That's exactly what was supposed to happen. Exactly what was supposed to happen.
Same thing with Mexico. That's why people are like, "Oh, Mexico lost." And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
I mean, getting to the quinto was.
We're top 20.
Hey,
Nah,
man,
it doesn't-
I celebrated that.
I don't count it. I don't count it because it's a new format. You're supposed to. You're making it to the same exact stage you made it to. Every other time. You didn't eclipse anything.
No, the expanded format just made it, and like you hear all these because like it's just so much cheese on it, right? Oh, Haiti made the tournament. Don't look at those players carry a crowd. I'm like, dog, and you made them to make the tournament,
Right.
Like.
You
I don't
forced-
care what
you
anyone
forced the
says.
subject
Oh,
in.
that country's so proud to pay those tickets to see their team get beat to get exit. Yeah, great. This is just like March Madness expanding it so like a Hofstra can make the tournament or something. Like it's such an embarrassing thing. Like I stand on it. Last said this isn't even this tournament is worthless. It's not like the best of the best anymore. It's everyone can come in. They're expanding again next year. It's a bad money grab. I mean, listen, it's already running into other seasons. Europe, all those European tournaments started qualification
EPL
yesterday.
starts,
Yeah. So
Champions
it's
League has already been running games.
Yeah.
Champions League has already started.
And then you expect these players to abide by contracts and listen to stuff? Man, nah. It's just they're like, no, everyone's just doing what they want now, and it's wild.
Yeah. How do you think it's going to happen in the future where clubs might be like, you know what, you're not going to go to these tournaments or you're not going to play that? I mean, because as these tournaments get bigger, the players are getting more money. Yeah. So, like you say, the clubs are going to protect their assets, right? Like they're going to protect their players, and there's going to be a breaking point where it's like, nah, I'm not going to let you.
Well, NHL did it.
Like,
with the Olympics.
Exactly. Like you're not. Look, this friendly, you're not going. This exhibition tournament, or you're not going. You're not going to go to Copa America. You're not going to go to the Gold Cup. Like, no, I'm just not going to let you go. Sorry.
Well,
Sorry.
Some players take themselves out of it.
Yeah, and some players, yeah, absolutely. Some players are like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be more that. It's because I don't know if you can, unless you read it in the contract, you can tell a player whether or not they can play.
It's in a lot of contracts. Because I remember, like, even Klopp called back some players. Like,
oh yeah,
oh, you had one game, good, you're coming back. I know for sure Real Madrid does it pretty much on a weekly basis.
Well,
for
that's-
teams like, nah, you're not.
What's
gonna play.
Mbappe doing then?
Well, that
Besides
kind of falls
smoking
in-
Well, but I
everybody?
mean, he has a chance to actually win the title. Though, so.
Yeah.
Well, that
Like,
falls into what we talked about last show. Was like, well, they're going to just get rid of friendlies. There's going to be no more friendlies. It's just going to be,
They should.
there's just going to be like, it's
I'm
the
not a
World
fan of
Cup's going to
friendlies.
turn
Who
into
is?
like the league, and like those international breaks are just going to be like league games for the World Cup. So they can't do that.
Right.
Like, oh, this actually means something. Just like the Nations League. That's why they made the Nations League. So it's like meaningful games instead of friendlies.
Yeah.
These World Cup qualifiers are just going to be, like we talked before, it's going to be one huge league, and it's going to be whoever finishes in the top of this league is going to go to the next World Cup of 64 teams.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
a Champions League over 4 years. It's like
Yeah.
a
a 4 year
Yeah.
Champions
4
League,
years
yeah.
Champions League.
on national squads.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have
and
to
then
keep
the
the
clubs
same
get to pick. Yeah.
And there's just going to be, because there's going to be brackets to fill out. There's just going to be so much money to be made from this that they're just going to.
I'm waiting for exactly. The whole making the money thing. I'm waiting for them to do what they already did in Europe. They had a Champions League, then they created a Europa League, then they created a Conference League. They're gonna do that with the World Cup.
Yeah,
I bet you anything.
it just seems like the only thing to do now.
Yeah, you're gonna expand it so much to the point where it's like can we do like a Europa League, but it's a World Cup?
Yeah.
What would you call that?
They're gonna do it by GDPs, though.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. We laugh about it. They're gonna find a way to do this. Like
They will.
the most that they can squeeze out of
Makes
it.
no sense.
But here's the thing, though, is like this tournament to me, this has probably been my least favorite World Cup.
Oh,
And I like.
Awful.
The
hasn't been
hydration
great.
breaks, the matchups, some of the look that first group stage, most of it was just trash. A lot of it was like, oh, this is just boring to watch. A lot of those games, even with stellar teams like Spain, you had them just like, we're gonna score in the 90 plus and then go 1-0 and we're gonna move on, and then that's it. Like a lot of these games have been sure, some games have been exciting. But most of the games have been really bad.
There's a lot of that, and I was like, wow, this definitely feels like so many people paid thousands of dollars to go watch an FA Cup match.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
It's just one team parking the bus, and we're going through the same thing. And listen, everyone kept trying to blame Arsenal for this, whatever. And I'm like, no, this is just how teams play when they when they play a dominant team. It's like this is what they do. They're trying to survive. So they're doing it, but it's not Arsenal's fault. It's not our fault.
You guys invented the low block, right? We all know it's okay.
Mexico's seen it in theirs for the past 10 decades.
We have to be honest. You took Mourinho's schooling, and Arteta definitely made it into a different dynamic.
No, it's how it's always been. What else are you gonna do when you're Paraguay and you're about to play France or whoever? Let's go attack them, boys.
That's how they beat. That's how they beat Germany. How many shots did Germany have?
Yeah, with what? Right. In CCO or whatever his name is.
It's like 20-something shots to 2, and the other team wins. It's like it's just, and like it was like you play to win. So it's like. I'm curious how like those fans feel. They're looking at that ticket cost. It's like, I don't know. We really didn't even go on the other side of the field. We just got beat up. Well, $4,500, I guess. I think I get a free drink.
And that's just getting in.
Right.
You probably didn't get a free drink. That's just to get in.
Yeah.
And so how do you feel? Okay, with that said, and talking about ticket prices, which were absolutely out of control, and then FIFA does their own third market reselling. It's FIFA Hub, FIFA Hub, FIFA Geek. FIFA sells their own, resells their own tickets, and then actually cancels people's tickets to be able to resell them at higher prices. While those people they're already at the hotel room, and they get the message like, "Hey, your tickets are canceled. Sorry,
Sucker.
I can get more money off of this. Have fun."
Yeah.
You made the trip, you got the hotel, and then you're sitting there with all your gear on, and then you get that message. It's just like, nope, sorry. You got an extra $2,000.
Yeah. In Trump voice.
Exactly. You get the Bitcoin. So, as a citizenry, as a group of fans that follow the beautiful game, when do we say, "Hey, that's enough. That's enough"?
Stop watching.
I didn't watch most of this World Cup. This is the first World Cup where I pretty much didn't catch.
I was listening to Talk Sport. I love listening to Talk Sport, but like listening to them hear about like want to talk about. They're like, again, America just ruining it for everyone. Like they're like, how many times do we need to look at Shakira in the stands? How many times do we need to see that? Like it's
not enough.
It just like she's good, but like it's just wild that they like it just like kind of rubs it like the whole time. Like we already went through the ticket about. We know how expensive it is. We know like the people at that in most stadiums that afford the tickets they got it for free. Like we really don't want to be around because they're probably just fair weather fans or they claim they whatever diehard fans. So, hey man, come on, bro. You paid $8,000 to watch like Argentina play like some bums. So like it just gets to a point like what the whole thing just seems so cheeseball. Like from any of these people crying when they lose, the Ronaldo thing, he's crying by himself because he shouldn't even been there. The Neymar thing, shouldn't have been there crying. Like and then they go right, and then that's why I mean, and that's the reason we went to Telemundo. Telemundo still did it, but like Telemundo didn't show as many stars as, but like it was always like, yo, like people we don't care that we can't afford that, and you just keep going to the rich people there. Like that didn't make the sport. You're just pouring. You're killing us, man. You're killing the real fans that are sitting here like, okay, there's Leo again. Yeah, we know.
How many times I went to Leo.
Yeah. Oh, there's Will Ferrell. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. There's the other guy from some movie we don't care about.
And you know what's funny is
that they actually did those cutaways and they missed some important parts of the games too.
Yeah, that's why some of the people were mad. That's
like there's a corner kick happening and you're showing me Tom Cruise.
Yeah, don't care.
And what's funny is that like when they used to cut away, and this used to be like a kind of like a traditional thing that they made it even to like a joke where they would cut away to like scantily clad women or whatever.
Oh, and they would do a good job too.
Yeah. Yep. But now they go and they show me like a bloated Leo DiCaprio. Like, I don't want to, or like or Adam Sandler who just crawled out of bed. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
Our social media person, even if Speed was getting berated by that Argentina person, but like there's like that person, there's some other like when Japan lost, and then there's that one Japanese fan just like freaking out more than anybody else. And they're like, yeah, he's clearly like a social media dude, looking for attention. Like it's this is probably the worst World Cup that's happened in a long time. And it's not going to get any better because we still have halftime show when the final happens.
I don't want to deal with any of that.
Yeah, the halftime show and the Giovanni's newest best friend, who hopefully he gets fired after this tournament, Trump. So like giving the trophy out, like it's just been so bad.
Oh, he is giving the trophy.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Is
okay.
Trump?
So what's on top of that?
Yeah.
On top of everything that's been bad with
man,
this
you're gonna
tournament,
have to melt that trophy down.
That's why I was trying to like. That's why I was talking before. I was like, man, it'd be so great if Iran just made it to the final and played like it was like Iran versus France, and like Trump's like right in the middle, like. Well, he's like, well, Trump couldn't make the World Cup final now. It's like, you just want like, are you doing just Canada versus Mexico?
Oh,
like,
that would've been great.
You know what I'm saying? Anything that just made him just be like uncomfortable, because even after he ruined it for most part, USA also cheated. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way to do it, like, just ruining everything about this game.
On top of all those issues that are occurring, then there's the gambling app side of it, who heavy marketing for the gambling apps. So what is the over/under that Trump just takes the trophy home? What's the over/under?
That's fake. That's going to bruise it.
Trying to figure out. He's not even going to hand it out. He's just going to be like, nah, it's mine.
The day after, we know.
I got to look at my Kalshi account.
The real trophy.
Because you know it's going to be a bet.
The real trophy's locked up like Ocean's 11 and like right.
We know
that's definitely fake.
We know for sure he's going to take a medal because he's already done that, and he's just put it in his pocket because he's already done that. And it's hilarious to watch Palmer, who's just like, what are you doing here?
Like, he got that medal, and as soon as Iran got knocked out, he started bombing again. He just couldn't help himself. He couldn't help himself. Yeah, he was like, oh, we treated them well enough. We got to get this straight open. Blow something up.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, this is probably one of look, it's what? I'm at 50 years of watching the World Cup. This one was pretty sad. And like you said, the cheesiness of it, the whole
awful.
The whole thing is just like this
if
was
anything,
slimy.
What we
and
learned
gross.
is every World Cup should just be in Mexico. It seems like everybody just had a blast in Mexico.
Everybody had a good time. Most people are still trying to recover
even
from the
was
hangover.
like, these guys are cool.
They do know how to throw a party.
When you listen to some of the UK fans, it's like, they're like, how hard is the stadium? What? 8,000, 10,000 feet? 8,000? What's the highest in England? West Brom? 500 feet. It's like, who even makes a stadium? Who's like, oh, let's go make a stadium up here, right between these two mountains, these two active volcanoes, or something like that. I was like, this is ridiculous.
They all definitely had a good time. It was funny. Also, one of the British TikTok guys or whatever he was went to the stadium and he was like, I have never experienced something like this before. Such a great time. I had beers thrown at me, things that may not have been beer. Like, the security guards were always around us. The ambiance was insane. He was just like, this is a fantastic time, even though he's fearing for his life.
Yeah. Did you see that video when they were leaving the stadium and they're all cheering for Mexico, the English fans?
Yeah, I guess we also can't forget what else is the embarrassing thing for USA in this World Cup. Landon Donovan and Alexi Lawless.
Oh no!
Man,
what happened with Alexi Lawless that they removed him from the
awful.
show? And then they brought him back.
Zlatan was clowning on him the whole time.
And Henri was getting on him too. Boy. Henri kept doing that little face. That had me in tears, bro.
Yeah, when they got him with the ball.
Yeah, the ball. Yep. Good goodness, bro.
That was
oh
great.
my
That was
God.
amazing.
they treated him like
they did it for Lawless's sake.
Yeah, and do you
for sure.
Do you think the Fox was just like, okay, what do we do with this?
They did not think that through.
Yeah, they were. Oh, besides, I bet all the messages, we didn't go into online comments to see those, but everyone was just tearing them apart. I mean, we was at Mars. It was funny. Someone comes, this girl was laughing, right? Because we had the English commentary on, and she was right. Because I didn't even I tried to believe. I did it the last year. I landed on it, started talking. I just changed it to Telemundo. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. Yeah, but she goes, I just got a question for you. I'm like, what? She's like, why do you have it on the American commentary? She's like, they're suck. They suck so bad. I'm like, you're so right. You're right. It's terrible. You're right. It's just so bad.
Well, as it is right now, like some of the reports coming from Fox is that they did not realize
how badly they suck.
Yeah, like you're looking at people, middle America, like what you would think would be, your Trumpers and your super conservatives. We're watching it on Telemundo. They were not watching it on Fox because it was just like, okay. So how bad was your setup? How bad was your system? How bad was your commentary? That it was just like, oh. And not only that, you have Zlatan and Thierry Henry, who are charismatic individuals, right? And then you have Speed for one episode come in or one show and outperform Alexi Lawless and Donovan and the other characters that you had on there.
Just because he was a fool.
Exactly.
You know and him and Zlatan had Speed, this just character, right? Just a clown, had better rapport, had better communication, had a funny moment with Zlatan more so than with, and then a lot. Okay, here's I call it the Bob Costas effect, and I think that's what the issue is. Alexi Lawless, Donovan, and all have been taught in what is the American sports realm to be like these romantic and deep storytellers, and we have to know the feelings of the fans, and I'm like, dude, it's just soccer.
I mean, that's okay.
We're throwing beer on the field, bro. What are you talking about?
I mean, it's okay if you're doing one of those pseudo documentaries before the game starts.
Before the game, sure.
Then you can Bob Costas all you want.
Yeah, exactly.
But during the game, nah, man.
And then you can't Bob Costas unless you're Bob Costas.
Right.
He's the one that created that art form, or he's the one that really pushed that art form. Alexi Lawless is not Bob Costas. He's not a journalist.
I don't even like Speed.
He's not a journalist.
Me neither.
Yeah, no, I don't like. I'm not a big social media influencer guy. I don't like to do, but I think he had more personality in what was going on. But he's also gotten his way into all these these charity games. He's met all these superstars. Hey, I don't like him, but at least he was better than Alexi Lawless and Landon Donovan. You know what I'm saying? At least he just provided something different, had some kind of energy, and didn't say some just the dullest things ever. And then there's always gaps. If you listen to Landon Donovan when he starts doing his commentary, there's gaps. Just just stops. Not even just you know what I'm saying. Saliba has the ball, passes it to Koundé or whatever. It's just it just stops.
That Landon Donovan talks as if he doesn't like to listen to himself talk. That's how he talks. I gotta actually get this out of my mouth.
Yeah, it's disturbing. It's like man.
At least he has a good perspective though, because his story is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like his story, or him talking?
No. How he grew up and how he got to go pro, but where he played, how he figured out if I play with these people, it's gonna make me better when I go play against those people, and vice versa.
Well, are you talking about how he went over to England and chickened out because he was homesick and had to come back?
No, when he was a kid.
When he was a kid? Yeah. Oh, okay.
The one that caught me by surprise, and I threw it out on the text, was Josie Altidore fluently speaking Spanish on Telemundo.
Oh, yeah.
I was blown away.
Well, he played. Yeah,
I learned
he
something.
Played in Puebla. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Loved it.
That's and he's a great accent too. Yeah, he had a fantastic Spanish accent. I was like,
he played for Villarreal.
I had no idea.
Sure did.
That's awesome.
Just don't offer him coconut flavored electrolyte. That video is one of my favorite Liga MX videos ever.
Well, that's wild.
He took a sip and he was like, what the hell? Just tossed it away.
That's wild. I was like, we talking about the Paraguay lady? We can't say coconuts right now.
Talk about a controversy. Why don't we haven't mentioned that one?
She admitted.
She's like, I said it.
Yeah,
it's on camera. You want me to say it again?
Yeah, right.
Wait, which one's this one? Which one?
The politician.
Politician Paraguay.
That was crazy.
She's getting away with Mbappe. You haven't seen that?
And Mbappe was just like, that's wild racist. She was like, it was wild racist. And I'm going to say something else, too. That's wild racist because I'm racist.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I haven't
she-
seen this. I
she
would have
did
to look up the
not-
story.
Talking
while
about
I
he was
break.
like drinking out of coconut shells or something like that, or it was like
Instead of
wow.
getting like fed breast milk,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
grew up. Yeah.
And she did not.
Oh,
back
okay,
up
I'm gonna have
for
to
that.
look this
Oh,
up. I'm gonna have to look this
man.
up.
It's just like,
You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You are listening to Lumpen FC. Barra Brava Brewing Company is a proud sponsor of Lumpen FC. You can find Barra Brava products at Life on Mars, at Mars in Bridgeport, as well as the Barrel in Pilsen, and in other locations as well. I have not heard about this.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
besides that,
So
like,
it was a politician from Paraguay.
Yep.
All right, well,
and then
y'all give some details while I look it up.
That's just what it is because Argentina fan there's the whole Argentina being racist, and yes, they are racist. Like, the history books.
We've seen the
say it.
videos.
I've seen videos, seen the history books.
Yeah.
Maybe Nazi camp, little vacation over there. Those blue-eyed Argentinians or something different. Like, but these are things like I feel like people that are in the world and sorry, we know that, man. Like, yes, World Cups want to bring everybody together and stuff, but some of these things, other countries, man, like. Listen,
Okay, she's saying her Instagram was hacked.
Yeah, but
Nah.
come
Because
on.
she
That's what's
replied
on
again.
All right, hold on.
Instagram must be
Let
the
me find the
easiest thing
full
to
story.
hack
Let me
on
find
the
the-
internet,
Right.
man. It gets hacked all the time.
Because there's real things like that, just crazy. Because Turkey can get rough. There's certain leagues that were like, yeah, man, like some of these fans have brought they real patriotism of their country, and that's just the way it is. Like, I mean, listen, like Italy, I'm so glad Italy to make it because they
For
stay putting
real.
blackface on, man. They love putting blackface on. Napoli fans, when Lukaku was there, they just put a child in charcoal. Like they're like, put a Lukaku jersey on. They did it with Osimhen too. It's like, what are y'all doing? Like, it's just like, oh, it's one of those things. Like I said, there's so many things that happen, and now like all the cameras and everything that's shown, like the lady's just sitting there yelling at Speed. Speed's like dabbing up some little kid, but then the other Argentina, she's like yelling, blah blah blah, go home. So whatever else she has said, I don't need to repeat. But it's just like, I don't know, man. Like,
Okay, so I can't find the story of what she said, but she is demanding an apology now from Mbappe.
what?
So this is coming
How
in.
that works?
This is coming in from wow, man.
It was
I
on
gotta-
Twitter. Check on Twitter because that's where I found it.
I mean, X.
Or
We
X,
all look
yeah,
at
yeah.
FC Radio.
No,
We
it's
on
Twitter.
X too.
From
that, yes.
ESPN, Sam Marsden, Paraguayan senator, demands apology from Kylian Mbappe and threatens legal action.
Oh yeah, because she's accusing him of gender bias.
Yeah.
So she's saying that my posts were written in the heat of the moment,
So they were written,
course.
right?
but they were written, yeah.
You just admit.
Right.
My mixed race blood, the beautiful blend of indigenous and Spanish heritage that runs through my veins was boiling.
Oh, that's even kind of racist. a little.
Jesus.
Later,
Obviously,
You know
she
that
has,
famous Hispanic anger.
She has no PR team.
later, the comments
No
continue.
PR team.
Later, I regretted responding with the same insults that I myself have received, because I too have been looked down upon for being dark-skinned, Latin American, and as they call us, I'm not going to say that. I realized I was repeating the very behavior that I despise, so I decided. I deleted the post. She added, "I understand that it upset you because I was humiliating. Now I expect you to do the same. Withdraw your remarks and apologize to me. I will not tolerate your aggression. You have no idea who I am." And you
Wait,
have
what?
no
Oh,
right.
wait,
Hold on,
wait,
it's not over. Hold on, it's not over. And you have no right to say that I am a despicable woman unworthy of the office I hold. What did she say?
My
Yeah.
dad can beat up your dad.
Yeah. It sounds like she said, "I'm not an Uncle Tom, but I'm Uncle Tom."
Yeah.
And more like a different way. That's just wild. Like, I said something racist, but I didn't mean to say that.
Right.
'cause
And
I
also,
was
she's
mad.
like, she's demanding an apology as if she apologized.
Right.
She didn't apologize
Yo, you just admitted. Yeah, you should have
at
just
any
admitted.
point.
It's like, yo, I said that, yeah, but I was mad. So what else do you say when you're
Right.
mad? Like, what else comes out your mouth when you are upset? You know what I'm saying? Like,
When your blood is boiling.
yeah, when your blood is boiling, and
Yeah,
if
I
the person
mean-
is dark skinned, what's coming out your mouth? Like, what you saying to an American? What you saying to a white person? Straight up white person. What you
Yeah.
saying? I don't know if you're just gonna say that. I don't know if you're gonna talk about people drinking coconuts. Are you gonna be calling people saltines or anything.
And also,
what I'm
like,
saying?
how is it like? Okay,
Oh,
so the only
wow.
time you're actually in trouble is when you're happy and racist. But if I'm mad and racist, it's totally fine. Like, give me a mulligan.
Yeah.
So okay, so this is what she said. The Paraguayan. This is coming from. Let me make sure I reference people here.
Yeah, I ain't listening.
This is from by Colin Miller, one of the reporters here. The Paraguayan Senate on Wednesday condemned discriminatory and racist expressions of Senator Celeste Amarilla against Kylian Mbappe. The 61-year-old lawyer had called the France striker a colonized Cameroonian following the World Cup last 16 match between the two nations on Saturday. Previously, she criticized Mbappe on social media, saying that Brute never learned to write. Instead of breast milk, he sucked on coconuts.
Jesus.
Wow. And I'm not going to read the rest of that. I'm not reading the rest of that. Wow.
No,
that is.
And also, like,
my geographics, like, dang, I'm like, what coconut here?
But also, like
I don't think it's a coconut.
somebody from Paraguay, a Paraguayan.
That last
accusing someone else of being
sentence is
colonized. I'm
horrendous.
like, oh man, I don't even want to go into the history.
Dog, there's no point. There ain't no point. Yo, ain't no.
Ooh, that
is
last.
no.
I bet you she's cheering for Spain.
For those of you, for those of you listening to us on air, do your research on this one. Look it up if you want to know what she said. I'm not saying that on air.
No, man.
That is not gonna happen.
It was better with what was the Mexican politician who had the spaghetti straps on, and they started trying to give her, and she was like, "What do you want me to do? Cut them off? Like this is there. They ain't going nowhere. I didn't do nothing wrong. I was like, y'all need to leave her alone."
Yeah,
Like first, y'all giving out 4 quarters, and y'all gonna get mad. So you got spaghetti straps on,
right?
Like, what?
Right.
Put your sweater on and die. Like, what is going on? Hey, they probably wasn't giving out water at that time anyway. It was all hot. Like for real, like that is like the pettiest thing. Like, yeah, come on. Like,
Well, see, but here, that's the thing though. It's like, okay, these side things, these side events have been more entertaining, really, than some of the matches that we've been watching. And we're coming down to the final, few matchups. Which, okay, now this is what we expected. Although Colombia did surprise me. Colombia did fantastic. Like good on them.
I was expecting them to beat Switzerland.
Yep,
It kind
me
of sucks
too.
that they didn't. But whatever.
I would, I mean, that was
I
a sad
had
sad
Switzerland
ending to
winning.
that one. Yep.
I had Switzerland winning that game.
Yeah.
I had them as my dark horse. I on paper Switzerland should have won, but I thought Colombia was going to pull it off. Whatever.
So as of today, we had France defeating Morocco 2-0. I was not able to watch that game.
Morocco looked tired.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a long tournament.
Morocco.
It is a very long tournament. There's a lot of traveling involved, especially for Morocco. Had to do a lot of traveling.
Let me stop. Morocco started parking that bus as soon as kickoff. So you know what? Never mind.
Well, but I mean, okay.
I take that back.
Okay, so
They didn't look
what
tired.
are we looking at Morocco? What is Morocco gonna like? Just outpace France? Or they're not gonna outmuscle France. That's not gonna be a thing that's gonna happen.
I mean, the African champs.
Have we decided? Has that been decided?
This week they are.
They did.
Oh, this week they are.
Oh,
Okay.
you know they did say they had because the sure guy got hurt.
But
Someone else
they
got
still
hurt too.
they're
They had some
African champs, but they
injuries.
still don't have the trophy.
Yeah. And I don't seem like no offense. Any team in Africa talking about they not fit. I'm just doing. I don't know about all that.
Well, they're allowed to use Viagra, so they should just use the Viagra.
I don't think that's how that works.
Is it not? I mean, I don't know how it works. I don't know why the English team was allowed to use Viagra.
If you
Like,
didn't use it in Mexico City, I don't know. I mean, you may have slowed up a little bit. You can't use that in the States.
I mean, what's next? Like, yeah, you can use clenbuterol. Go ahead. Like, what are we doing next? Like, like, it's insane.
It's kind of interesting. I don't know. I wonder if that actually happened because I didn't get to see that England-Mexico game. I'm curious if they actually did take it at all. Because
I think they did.
Did they?
Who, the English team?
The UK.
I would expect it. I would
I
expect.
mean, you could tell like they started off hard the first
Yeah. Oh,
the first two
Pun
quarters, the first two
Yeah.
quarters, but that last quarter they were gasping. You could see them like
Yep.
try to to
And
catch oxygen, and they just couldn't.
thing, right? Because if that's your advantage,
Yeah.
that's the time to take the most advantage of it.
Yeah.
England subs in freaking Dan Burns, my boy Slabhead, and your solution to both of those things.
Wait,
who's like
Harry Maguire was there?
No. Dan Burns.
Oh, the man. Okay. Wait,
Dan
we said
Burns the
Slab. I
new
was like,
one.
oh, that's the
2.0, younger and better.
Okay. Cool.
But it's like that was your advantage. Now they're bringing in another center back who's super slow, and all he does is head whatever's in front of him, really.
Right.
And your solution was like, I'm just gonna throw in 20 crosses.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Honestly,
players that are
at the end
3
there,
inches
Mexico.
shorter.
I mean, we're going back.
They ran out of
going back-
ideas.
Yeah,
It
Mexico
was bad.
just had nothing in the books ready. The strategy books are ready for that. But as it comes to the effects of the drugs that they were taking and they were allowed to take, like you could still like they would cut to Bellingham, they would cut to Kane, and they looked like fish out of water. Like, just like
The
they could
post
not.
game interview,
Holding on.
Kane sounded like freaking Kermit. He had no voice.
Yeah.
I heard. I didn't.
And
I
then
didn't
what
hear it, but I
happened
heard
with
about
what's his face that broke his arm?
Oh,
like, jumping out-
Henderson.
Henderson. Yeah.
Henderson.
Henderson.
it. Did you see that? Spell?
I saw that.
Didn't play.
Don't
got,
post.
Got
Never
carted
post.
off. Got a yellow.
And no, it was weird because he jumped over a
Advertisement
an
board.
It was an
advertisement
advertisement
board.
But it was
'Cause
because
he was
it
in the
was
stands
raining
and
all
shit.
day. So they went. They
slid,
jumped
right?
over to talk to say hi to the fans. They're jumping back. Everyone's like clearing it, but Henderson's like 52.
Yeah.
So he tried to like use his push himself over the thing,
Yeah.
but because it rained all day, his hand slipped and then he just flipped over.
It was like he landed on his wrist or
Yeah.
something.
He
Oh, no, he
broke
landed.
it.
He
Yeah, he
posted. He
broke
posted.
it.
You can see he posts.
Yeah, he
And
broke
then
his
the arm
wrist.
just snaps.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that dude had a game, and he never saw the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a whole game and never saw the field. What we got next is going to be Spain-Belgium. That will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Then on Saturday, you have 2 matchups starting at 4 o'clock. Norway-England will be your first one at 4 o'clock, and then Argentina-Switzerland will be later on in the day at 8 p.m. if you're in Chicago. Which, if you follow us on Instagram at Barra Brava Brewing Co., we will be at one of the events at Maria's. So hit us up there for more information on what will be going on for that. Who do you guys got? Spain, Belgium. That's
a good
gonna be
one.
a good
That's
game.
a really good game.
That's gonna be a
Yeah.
good game.
I think Spain has a little bit more experience in games like this. That's gonna carry them.
Yeah, and Spain has been really strange this tournament because like they'll do the 1-0. Like,
Best
we'll
defense in
wait
the
for the
tournament.
80th minute to score. They haven't looked great, but they still control the ball so well that it's like you can't tell. Like, okay, are they performing well or are they just trying to get through each game one at a time? And then they'll go on a 4-0 and a 4-1. Like, okay, yeah, we can do that too. So that's gonna be an interesting one. But
Yeah.
I think Belgium's defense is pretty
It's a little
rough,
shaky,
pretty tough.
yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how that one goes. Of course, I got Spain. I had Spain the entire time for this tournament.
If
So
Belgium actually plays, if they put that lineup they did, if they do what they did with USA, I actually think they have a better chance than
Yeah.
starting with like Doku and then back in. I think they should just start young again, and they'll probably have a better chance because Spain's defense is not great.
no,
They just haven't been challenged.
and they don't have size.
No,
Yeah,
that
they don't have a
There's no size on
Like-
that team. Like there's like I couldn't pick out an enforcer on the Spanish team
That's
all. Like
And then again, like I said, like, who besides
Sideshow Bob.
Portugal, and then
right.
but
Cucurella,
Portugal
who's
had-
still a little dude. Like he's not. Yeah, he's still a little dude.
And Portugal had, Ronaldo up there just, being a statue. So, like, again, Spain hasn't really actually had, like, I don't know. So, like, even if, like, I know I butchered the dude's name, the Cattery or whatever his name is, the young dude that scored in, like, 8 minutes versus USA. He's a good player. I mean,
Yeah.
and there's like and I think it's like when Belgium did that, they did all that because they're like, yeah, I'm gonna get some youth in here so we can attack them. So if they actually attack, because even Pedri's been off, or you know what I'm saying, like, and if you go at Rodri, who's old, and or I would say I'm gonna say old, he's still not the same after his injury.
Right.
Yep.
That's gonna be what I'm gonna say. But the only thing, as soon as the only thing that's gonna kill me is like Onana was a big part. And losing Onana could come back and bite him in the booty.
that's a
They lost. I mean, Tillman's pretty much kind of bite himself right now, in my opinion, for like a
De
defensive end.
Bruyne has not gotten much playing
I
time.
don't think
No,
he's
he
fit for the 90.
No,
Yeah.
they got in a scuffle. So the
Oh,
last
okay.
game, Tillman's and De Bruyne were pushing each other. If you didn't see that, because if you're watching
After
the
the
American
game?
channel, they were in the water breaks. They were like
okay,
doing
okay.
commercials. But if you watch Telemundo, you could see Yeah, there was some beef, and the coach, like, I think it's Rudy Garcia, whatever. That's why he took Doku and them off. He said, 55, he's like, y'all gone. Took both of those guys out. Belgium came back and won the game, made a statement. That's who pretty much beat up on USA. He didn't bring on, like, De Bruyne, Doku, and Lukaku until second half.
Lukaku came
man.
in late.
I mean,
Lukaku came in fourth quarter.
Arguing with Trossard.
Yeah. So like there was
tied.
like a chip on their so there was something going on.
Yeah.
Well, Thomas has always had that. His reputation.
With Trossard too, he ain't Trossard. He looked tired for a reason. He always grumpy. He real grumpy.
He always was tired.
He always tired, bro. He grumpy.
He was tired.
Yeah, and they gave him. He was like the number 10. He was the one taking, which is again, I was like kind of for me too as Arsenal. It's like, man, 31. He over here looking good. But it's like, but that like, it's. I feel like if they can, kind of, I don't know, man. I feel like they're gonna do the whole. I feel like instead of doing a low block, if they choose because of Spain, if they actually go at Spain, they have a chance. Like
I agree with you. Like if they score first,
Careful with the gaps though.
Mm-hmm.
Once Spain sees those gaps,
that's gonna be a fun game.
But that's
will
the thing
attack
is,
those
the
gaps.
Belgium knows what they did, and then say they do score right, and all of a sudden they're doing well, and get to the 60th minute, 65th minute, they put Lukaku in. That's another. That's something they just another. It's like when Arsenal would throw Gyokin after having Kai out there or something, like someone's gonna be on your body, it's gonna be bodying you up the whole time.
Yeah,
that's just a different. That's a different.
And
different
Kubarsi, I don't know if he can handle.
He's looked great though.
He has,
18?
but he's not the size of Lukaku. Lukaku's
Lukaku would hold
you're
him off
trying
with
to hold
one
off a
arm.
boulder,
Right?
It's like,
right. Who looks so good.
I mean, that's a kid going up against a grown man, right?
Yeah. Literally,
that's gonna be tough.
Kubarsi, you're right. He has looked good. But
And it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
So who you guys got?
I got Spain.
I have to go with
Still,
Spain
yeah.
just because of.
I got
Because
Spain.
you look at every player, the one that it's like, if it's a super 0-0 game, there's nothing. Spain has the only player that can pull something. I don't know.
But I won't be surprised if Belgium pulls it off somehow.
Fair.
Right.
I want to say Belgium, but my thing is, you're saying that's kind of reminded me, like, I'm not even worried about Lamar or whatever, because he hasn't been that great, actually. I actually might put a little money that he's going to be a golden boot, and I think he scored maybe, two?
Yeah.
1, 2?
He's been
But-
more of a, like, someone that pulls attention away.
Yeah.
But then,
anything else.
like, who scored last game? For Spain?
Yeah,
Mega Marie.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
And
that
I
guy,
forget
that
they
guy
have-
has built a career of just
Late
ghosting
goals.
games,
Yeah,
and
and I
goals in.
And I kind of forget they have players like that, and that's what I think we get Spain across the board. Because Mourinho didn't start; he came in too.
Yeah.
And Mourinho, I ain't gonna lie, when he's a super sub, like a great
Oh,
super
yeah.
sub. Even when he starts, he's good. But for Arsenal, especially before he got hurt, man, crazy super sub.
Yeah.
Like
I think
crazy.
bench for bench, Spain has him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
who you got then, James?
I'm gonna go with Spain.
Spain. All right. Spain all the way around. Norway, England. Who you guys got?
England.
Oh,
I got Norway.
Norway. Okay.
yeah.
I mean,
And
we
I'm
got
really biased, so I'm gonna go with Norway.
Norway.
I mean, just because I'm not convinced by England.
Yep.
I don't think England looks great. I don't think they're coached great.
Their coach isn't great. Nah. And I can tell you that firsthand. Tuchel's not a good coach. He's not a good manager. I don't know why he has the career that he has. I understand. I understand he got a trophy. I get it. Okay, cool, great job. But he's
What,
always
the Champions
he's al-
League?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Pep
right.
lost
right,
that.
Okay.
He didn't win that.
Okay. Right. Whatever.
Pep lost it.
He's
There's
got
a
his
big
trophy.
difference.
He's got his trophy, right? And then he's built this career where he ends up at teams getting paid massive amounts of money, and national squads and these accolades, and like everybody thinks he's this. He's not. He doesn't make good changes at the halftime. He doesn't make good substitutions. He leaves most fan bases just wondering why. Then actually, like, okay, I understand, I get that. Like, okay, a perfect example is like I'm gonna compare him to Ancelotti, right? No, sorry, to Pochettino. Pochettino worked with what he has here with the United States program, and kind of like, okay, this is what I have. These are the guys. These are their temperaments, and he's made changes. You know, even in the 4 quarters, he was using the quarter hydration break to make some changes. To make you're tired, blah blah blah. Let's make a substitution. Let's change this lineup up. Oh, Pulisic, you're injured. Let's figure this out. Like he worked. Tuchel just, well, this is my plan. I'm gonna stick to my plan. You have Bellingham, who's just he plays for Real Madrid, which I was like, you got to pull him off the field. You're gonna win this game, and he's got him on there running the entire time. And Bellingham looks like he's about to fall down.
And that's why he plays for Real Madrid too, though.
Huh?
That's literally what he does. That's literally what he does for Real Madrid.
Yeah, he never.
No. He looked bad.
Yeah,
he looked really
runs
bad
the whole time for Real Madrid.
I mean, who?
No.
Who
But
would you sub him
he
in
looked.
for?
Huh?
Like who gets subbed in for?
It doesn't
Bellingham?
matter. They had already won the game. Like pull them off at 85 minutes, 90 minutes, 85 minutes, 80 minutes. The game's over. Like there's nothing on the U.S. program at that point that was like, oh, they're going to catch up and they're going to pass us up. It wasn't going to happen. But no, we're going to stick with our plan. We're going to stick with our strategy. Still on a weird semi attack from the midfield kind of. Dude, you've got this. All you're doing now is risking injury. So he's not a manager that I would ever be like, oh yeah, too cool, definitely. Like let's go with that guy. Nah. And I saw what he did at United. I saw what he did. I'm over him.
I think the obvious thing is there's so much talent on that team that it's pulling them through.
That's why I think.
Yeah,
that's
but
why I
enough.
chose England over Norway, because I was like, and Tuchel knows, and he's done it before. It's like. My thing is like they're playing Declan Rice at right back, which is kind of wild. Whatever, like and we did it at Arsenal at one point too. I can't lie, but like but like Norway has Odegaard, Holland, Sorloth. They have some good players, but England's roster and their size, like it's just better than what they have, and they could literally switch it up and just bring in Morgan Rogers as a Saka. And literally change the game just like that. Norway can't do that.
But I think England is one of the squads where it looks more like an all-star team of the Premier League than it really does a well-balanced full team.
That's what I was
like
trying to
as
say.
much as I hate Vasco Aguirre for his past World Cups, but he did it right. He took players that you're like, why the hell? And then he's like, well, the Czechs are 6'4", they're center backs. So I need a 6'4" striker.
That's actually what Tuchel did
that
too.
Makes a lot of sense. With who?
With England, like, a lot of people were like, "Why didn't they take this person?" But he was like, "I'm playing to win the World Cup, not playing to appease you guys."
Fair, but it just feels like I haven't seen different formations out of him.
No.
The game plan's always the same.
It's the same. It's the same game plan.
Mm-hmm.
That's
every single time.
And that's kind of what it was like at United.
Yeah,
also.
you get
like,
found
we're
out.
going to see the same picture again. Okay, cool.
I think the whole thing of him not bringing a true attacking center midfielder. I mean, kind of shows that. I feel like he was thinking more about because I don't think Cole Palmer would have helped him out. I really don't think so. I think I feel like he may actually looked at his group. I think them just being like he did bring a side that's technically and bigger than most teams. That's my whole thing about him. I was like, listen, England's a big team. They're bigger than Mexico, and I feel like that's maybe one of the reasons because they're big and they're technically good. It's like something England doesn't. That's not everything you have. England big and technical at the same time. Mm-hmm. Now they're that, and they're fast, and that's the scary thing. That's one reason I'm like they have everybody. Norway literally has Odegaard, and they had to rest their stars in between games. And they all know Holland. They all know Odegaard. Like they literally about to play a bunch of people they know that know them.
Yeah, that's I think that's why I'm going to pick England on this one because now they do have the bodies, the height, the size to put onto Holland. And one of the things that we have seen that some clubs have made obvious is that if you put 2 on Holland and the rest of the team isn't performing, well, then you shut down their main attack. Sure, Odegaard is an amazing player. Like he'll probably find the open spaces and the open gaps for other players, but still, like you're going up against a team that's stacked at this point.
Which also, same thing with the corners. Not a lot of goals and corner kicks in this World Cup. Which is really weird because, no offense, Arsenal being one of the biggest teams in the world, and we get a chance to no one person's like, hey, maybe we should start doing corner kicks like them. It's a World Cup. There's been no goals.
They tried. It just got called back for foul.
They call it fouls.
There's no corner kick goals.
I do want to get through this before we go to the break because I do want to talk Chicago Fire after the break. Who do you have? Norway, England.
Oh, England.
England.
I'll still stick with Norway.
Norway.
Yeah, I like Norway.
All right, 2 Norway, 2 England. Argentina, Switzerland. Argentina because FIFA wants Argentina to win.
Yeah, that's all I
can VAR's on the side of Argentina.
Right.
We can.
Yeah, all right.
Everybody's on the same thing 3 times in a row.
I love Xhaka, but my man ain't.
For Argentina, I think that's going to be
He's also plays
I don't
for
want to say it's
Chelsea
going to be
now.
an easy matchup for Argentina, but that's not. Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you're up against 11 players, 3 on the field referees, 3 VAR
Unless they
referees.
I
take
will
it
say
seriously.
this. I will say Switzerland seems like they have more of a backbone than Egypt. So say they do get up a goal, I don't see them giving up 10 goals, 3 goals in 10 minutes. I actually can see them holding it down if they were up 2 or whatever. Jacques ain't doing that.
And Argentina
Jacques ain't
can
doing
get
that.
God. Like they can get caught off guard. Like
It's just it's gonna is it gonna be Mbolo or I forgot the light skinned dude on there. Switzerland's really good. They're there for Vargas maybe. I forgot. Yeah, like it's just who's gonna show up for Switzerland? That's just the thing that's like the wild card. Like don't really know.
Well, see, but that's what's crazy.
Don't really know.
Like I can't say. I mean, other than Messi, I like what Argentinian player has really just like, oh wow, dude, you've gone above and beyond for this tournament. Like,
but it all works towards.
I mean, they're all.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say from like running standpoint and doing the dirty work, not Lisandro Martinez, the other Martinez,
Lautaro Martinez.
He's
Yeah.
all over the field. Alvarez, same thing when he comes in, but it's again to create that chaos
For him.
that then Messi.
Yeah, as much as I hate to say it, they've actually been probably the team that's played like a team.
Yeah,
they've been.
they all fight for each other.
They've all been
all
doing,
of them.
They just all are in sync
Yep.
very well, and which leaves Messi to be like able just to score these goals because he still finds himself open because he's smart, open or 1v1, which is like kills me.
See, it's
Kills
crazy
me.
though.
It's so
why,
wild.
why haven't some teams like adapted to that? And
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Granted.
In Miami, MLS, are you? They
Well, no,
never
no.
mark Messi.
Okay,
Messi's
well,
never
no.
marked. Are you
Okay,
kidding
well,
me?
hold on.
He still has the spot on the
MLS is a different
taking
thing.
care of
MLS is a different thing because I think there's actually a red shirt rule on in MLS for Messi. Like you can't touch him. Nobody touches him. Nobody touches him. Like he's left alone. But this is the World Cup. Why hasn't
It might
one
be
of the
because
teams?
he's never been able to be marked in the entirety of his career. The guy always escapes. Everybody always forgets about him.
Yes, it's like
And then all of a sudden he's in the box and he's got the ball. And it's like,
Yo,
where'd you come from?
That was it kills me all the time. It's like especially like when you start playing, especially when you played up defense, midfield, or whatever. When you play defense, man, you marking. Like, and if it's a dangerous person on the field, you always want to know where he is. It's just like he has a kind of magic potion. He just disappears, and
He
he's like
does.
gone, and
But
all of a
it's 'cause
sudden
he
they're like,
checks
oh,
out.
Because
Yeah.
he's
where'd Messi
he's
go?
walking the
Yeah,
entire
exactly.
time.
Yeah, he's playing-
and
he's
then
playing
all of a sudden,
exactly.
he's just
Yep.
like little scrappy
he's
dude
the
just
little-
running really
the-
quick and he's gone.
The intelligence of him is crazy,
Yeah.
but it's also like maybe it is because he's so tough, but like it just drives me crazy. I'm like, yo, Messi's behind you, Messi's on your right, Messi's still on your right side, still on your right shoulder. He's actually getting a little closer. You can probably hear him breathing on you. Scores. Okay.
Messi's celebrating. He's right behind you.
Yeah, right, yeah. Okay, just didn't feel like guarding him. All right, sounds good.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
MLS, next best league in the world. Like it just blows my mind sometimes. Like blows my mind because there's like times he'll get the ball. He's like they're playing across the box and he's like in the middle of the like 18-yard box, wide open, just like places it. It's like and then all the defenders are like.
Or his signature move is he's at the top of the box and
Comes
there's
across.
no one around him.
No
And
one.
he just slots it in.
Yeah.
Nobody.
But again,
like,
it's the
how?
chaos. If you put 2 on him,
Right.
you're gonna leave 1 or 2 people open,
Mhm.
and they're gonna score on you.
Yeah.
So it all becomes the same. You have so many great attackers around you that.
Yeah, I still don't know why. Like once you see him take the ball at the top right corner of the box and he starts swinging left, it was like, dude, at that point, just take him out.
Yeah.
And
Just cleats, 2 cleats, it's straight in. Just
And
take
then
him out
got
because
his-
he's gonna make the goal.
And then he's got
He's
his
gonna
free
make that
kick
shot.
/ penalty because you know he's gonna score
Yeah,
from there.
right. My thing is crazy. Is like it's like I get it if that happens at Barcelona and the PSG. It's like, all right, we have to we got to guard other players, right? But still in MLS, it's like, man, you just need to guard him. You just need to guard. You just need to guard
Don't worry
him.
about nobody else.
Yeah, be like, no, let me bring old Luis Suarez in here to distract y'all great defenders in the MLS. Like, just getting
And his
murdered.
half of a knee that he's
Yeah,
got left.
like, and then they'll put Alba on the other side of the field, and that's what they need to worry about. Don't worry, we got this figured out, guys. Nothing's gonna happen. Oh no, he just had the hat trick. No, dang it.
And the golden boot goes to.
Make it make sense, please.
Oh, man.
Please.
Well, we will continue talking about. Well, no, we won't. We'll actually be moving on to the Chicago Fire and MLS and the new season of MLS and the new system. I guess the new league year calendar that'll be played. We're going to cover that. We're also going to talk a little bit about Lewandowski coming to Chicago Fire and what that might look like. You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You are listening to Lumpen FC, and we will be back shortly.
This is Sadie Woods, and I'm bringing you Gridlock Sound Lab, Rush Hour Radio featuring house, Afro-Latin rhythms, world beat, disco, funk, soul, electro, and indie dance music. Gridlock Sound Lab, first and third Fridays at 4, only on 105.5 FM, Lumpen Radio.
There's nothing like the soothing sounds of a coffee shop. I'm your pal Dud Lawson of the Chicago Printers Guild, here to invite all to join us on the second Wednesday of every month at 6 p.m. for the Chicago Printers Guild Halftone Radio Super Show. Every month we'll bring in one of your favorite Chicago printmakers to share the music they've been playing in the studio. You should tune in, it'll be a good time. The Chicago Printers Guild Halftone Radio Super Show.
You are listening to Lumpen Radio, supported by Mars Community Brewing, maker of the Mars Elixirs. Mars Elixirs are infused with Midwestern hemp. Mars Elixirs are available throughout Chicagoland. More information is available at drinkmars.com. That's drinkmarz.com. Hi, I'm the voice of God at Lumpen Radio. Are you a business owner looking to promote, or are you a loyal listener who wants to sponsor your favorite show? Lumpen Radio offers a wide range of sponsorship and underwriting. Visit lumpenradio.com/support for more information on our tax-deductible sponsorships. Support the community radio of the future.
You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You are listening to Lumpen FC. Barra Brava Brewing is a proud sponsor of Lumpen FC. You can find Barra Brava products at Life on Mars up north at Mars Bridgeport, as well as the Barrel in Pilsen and in other locations around Chicago. We were just talking about FIFA and the World Cup, and then we didn't get to all the subjects that we wanted to, or to all the details that we wanted to get to, because we're just having too much fun with the conversation. But now we are going to move over to MLS. Robert, we have MLS going into a new season, which will be more of a winter cycle. Could you explain to us how that's going to happen and what caused that decision to occur?
Yeah, this season will end as normal, so we'll be done through the finals a week before Christmas because of the World Cup. So that'd be a great, actually, Christmas gift.
Nice.
Besides MLS Cup. But yeah, so then we'll go on a small break. Next year, the 2027 season will start a little bit sooner, so we'll probably kick off beginning or middle of February. Okay. That'll be the sprint season, so every team plays 14 games. Then you go into single elimination playoffs, which I think is only going to be 2 rounds, or maybe it is 3, but it's just single elimination, so it's a lot faster.
And is everybody in the tournament, or is it just like, no, you got to, out of the 14 games, you have to finish top half? Or
yeah, so it's the table will remain the same. Okay. The conferences will remain the same. All that structure will remain the same for that. But yeah, it's just 14 games. So you play everybody in your conference, half of them home, half of them away. And then you have the top 8 or whatever it is go on to playoffs. So that final will be in May, middle of May, late May maybe, and then another small break, and then middle of July to late July, the new full year season starts.
And so that'll be July, and then that'll go through the winter.
Yeah.
So there's going to be I'm assuming kind of like it is in Germany or in Bundesliga and so forth, and Eredivisie where they have the winter break.
Yeah,
and
I think it runs through like mid-December, and then we're on break the rest of December, all of January, and then restarts in February.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
Yeah,
No,
so
that's
it's
pretty
not
solid.
as bad. They're also doing it. So like in December, the southern cities will host more games, where like in the summer when it's nicer or late in the season, the northern teams will host more games.
Yeah, that makes
So they're gonna balance it out like that. So like for example, some teams might only play one game at home in December or like a February.
So I assume the Fire are going to play at home until what, April?
No,
I'm joking because like I'm
May.
being devil's advocate because I
May.
like to be the weather
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a guy, and like the weather in Chicago is getting worse. It's going to keep getting worse.
Yep.
So the Fire don't have an advantage with this new schedule, in my opinion.
But
They're going in. It's going to be cold and it's going to be stormy and it's going to be. And this is not an advantage. This is new. This is new to Chicago. So this is not like we're used to this.
Right.
So, have they brought any of that up? Is there any concerns, especially how each time in summer it's getting more water, more storms? Like, is that a concern, or are they like thinking?
Yeah, because it's not really like it's not that it's getting colder. It's not really getting colder in Chicago.
No,
Like,
it's getting more violent. With,
Yeah,
like, storms
exactly.
and
The
more
storms
flooding. Yeah, we're
are
talking about the storm. Yeah, that's
definitely-
what them storms.
Right,
The cold's
sure.
gonna be cold, and we're just gonna have to deal with that because I
Yeah.
mean,
And-
we agree we're gonna.
you know, and-
that's gonna be one of our
We'll
advantages.
be
Let's-
off
let's-
June and part of July, which seems to be the new
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah.
storm season, or
Yeah.
at least the
Yeah.
worst of it. So at least we'll be off during those times.
And then we also know that Chicago Fire are building a new stadium.
Yep.
I'm assuming the design of the stadium is going to take that into factors, right? Where I was like, okay,
I mean,
Sure.
we're definitely getting tornadoes now.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to get tornadoes.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. What was it? 3 in the last storm up
Yeah.
north.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's just like one of those things. Like it's just like one of the things the city has to come with. I'm just thinking. I was like, I wonder if like I mean we're in a state right now where how many stadiums are getting whirled around in Chicago. So it's like all those things. I feel like and just like be you're a Fire supporter, you're a fan. You want to know like you're not going to go to like every game in February where it's going to be like
Right.
5 degrees, right? Like,
there we are.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Doesn't
so
matter.
like,
Yeah,
there's that too. So I wondered like how all that builds up to like, how can we be consistently good when we have like elements like that can affect both sides of the field?
Well, at home games with the Fire Towers, we'll be all right. That'll heat us up when we score 7 goals on a sporting game.
There you go.
Okay, all right, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Fair
Keep
enough.
the fire moving.
Right.
That answers that.
But okay, but that's the thing though. So it's both teams will have to be dealing with it. It's more of the factor of like the fan base having to deal with it.
Oh yeah, shoot, I didn't
Because-
think about that.
Because-
oh yeah, I'm overthinking about the players. Like, oh wait, I'm gonna be out there, dude. Cold, just over here,
Yeah,
cold.
I honestly I don't see how the players the effect on the players. Hey, that's the job. That's what you got to do. I think more on the fan base, like the tailgating and going out there having the fun, the promotions beforehand, the band walking in,
Right.
the band lining up, the SGs setting up, and not only that, like does the front of house have this fear like, oh, okay, there's not going to be a whole lot of people coming out and right before December break, right before the December the winter break as we call it with the Bundesliga. You're still going to be looking at February, some of those early mid-month February or mid days in February.
Right.
Those are going to be a little bit cold.
But I think the difference now is, would you rather go to a game February 3rd in Chicago to a Fire, I don't know, Minnesota United, right?
Ooh wee.
Right now, where that might be the home opener, or are you more likely to, or not even the home opener, let's just say that's a regular season, early season game, that's week 2, right? Or would you rather go to that same opponent, same everything, but now it's a week 24 game, and it's starting to have playoff implications. So I think that's kind of the
What
give and
month is
take.
week 24?
No, I'm saying with the new schedule, those February games will
that'll
be
be like in the
at the tail end of the season.
tail end
Instead
of
of
the
the
season.
beginning.
Yeah, instead of the beginning. So I think that's one of the things that they took into consideration, where we're probably going to play the same amount of bad weather games that we are playing now.
Wait, when's the season start again?
It'll start in July.
Like end of July or?
Wait.
Yeah, like middle to end of July.
That's what it.
Yeah.
See, I was in. Okay, all right. Now I
And
thought
then
we
it'll
started
go
in
through
February.
May. No. Right now it starts in February.
Yeah,
We're
right.
Okay.
switching to
To start in July.
like the rest of the world, yeah.
Okay. Wait, but there's a break.
Yeah,
The winter
there's a
break.
winter break like in Germany.
December through February.
Oh, okay.
mid-December through mid-February, exactly like Germany.
Okay, all right.
Exactly like
That
Bundesliga.
okay. That
Yeah. So
still a little different, but
so that's the thing. Like you come back out of February game, and then those games start to mean something.
Yeah.
So people are more likely to come out. Then for playoffs, right now this year, where are we gonna play playoffs?
yeah.
We don't know yet because of the Bears schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we weren't getting our new stadium under this new calendar, those games are going to be in May. No one's going to interfere with it.
Right.
That's good. I feel like you can splitting hairs, right? Because what if we do need to win those games and it's negative 2 degrees in February?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like for teams that like Minnesota United, Chicago Fires, basically teams that are dealing with weather implications, it's just going to affect us more than anybody else.
Yeah, and I think we're also looking at it from like the perspective that we have, where every game matters. Like this is MLS, the first couple weeks, the first month maybe doesn't matter so much on the points, So
I don't know. It seems that we have
every
to.
point matters.
Yeah, every point matters. I think every point matters in MLS.
1,000% agree.
We just
eighth place making the playoffs. I don't know.
did
I
we-
don't
but
know if
not-
every
but not
point
winning.
matters.
But not winning.
That's what we did last year, right? We got that spot.
Yeah, the wild
Yeah,
card
we got that
spot,
wild card
yeah.
spot. So yeah, that point does matter. Yeah, we need that. I can't have frostbite.
No.
I need to be out here. Lewandowski can't have frozen pierogies.
Haven't sold me on it.
Yeah,
I kind of prefer this new schedule.
Yeah.
So like,
The other
and not
thing
only
is
that, it
too-
keeps us in line with other
Yeah.
leagues.
Yeah.
So now it's all in the,
Transfers are going to be a lot easier to make.
Right.
Because everything aligns now. Because even right now, the transfer market in MLS doesn't open July 1st right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's still a little bit off. The other big thing too is in May when you are or March, April, May. Outside of March Madness, baseball's barely getting started. Basketball's still not in playoffs. There's no NFL. NHL is still not in playoffs. So you're really not. There's no college football.
That's right. Yeah.
So you're not
There's no
competing
college
against that.
So you're not competing against the fall sports.
So will this
Wait,
allow
wait.
them? Will this
that
allow
take away
MLS?
from your playoffs?
Will this allow MLS to get better TV deals, or is that something that they're not working at? Or
Wait, we're starting. Wait, the season starts in July.
Yeah,
Breaks
we-
in December. How does that not interfere with college football?
No, I'm saying the tail end of the season. So like the playoffs,
Oh,
when
I
you want
got
the
you.
most
Okay, okay.
eyes and you want everybody locked in,
Okay,
you're
got
not
you.
really
Yeah.
fighting with much else for viewers.
Well, shoot.
And I
now
guess-
think about what about then? I guess. Oh, go. Sorry, Sebastian. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like I guess, and like what you were saying, technically, yeah, because when they have the winter break, that's when all like the college playoffs,
Right.
football, and for
Yeah.
what is the NFL playoffs as well.
Well, I mean, them coming
Yeah.
back in February, like basically they're coming back right as Super Bowl ends.
Yes,
Ends,
exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah,
Super Bowl ends, and then MLS starts
Yeah,
up
that makes
again.
sense.
And then at that point, the
All the bowls have
the
already been
NCAA,
So-
money
Tostito
grab,
Bowl,
Tostito,
whatever.
Yeah.
is
So
done,
wait,
it's
does the
over.
MLS plan on just taking a big hit from fans not going to those games because they're at NFL games and whatever during that part, and then they're expecting a big boom in like February because we're
but
not taking away college football fans or
Right.
NFL fans. They're going to those games.
Right.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is that they won't be in
In
actual
February, not in August, September. Basically every other month, every month except that one time. Like NFL fans aren't leaving their games to come to the MLS games.
Right.
They're not doing. The college football fans are not doing that. So you're saying the MLS has.
But I mean, okay, so like,
Wait.
let's look at it from the Chicago perspective, right?
Yeah. But
Okay, so go ahead.
There's still Chicago's Northwestern. There's still like colleges out here. Like I still think for the MLS standpoint, this is just not good on the MLS part because I feel like there's the money caught up in America right now. Like the World Cup's a thing, but a lot of these people are going to.
Right.
They have kids. They have colleges. They're not like leaving their alumni to come to the Chicago Fire on August.
But how you just described it, let's say, like just a random number, right? Let's say for the last 4 years or 4 years, let's say we are averaging 20,000 people a game during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's call it August through December, prime football time,
Which
right?
would be great.
We're averaging 20,000 people while we're playing through that schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I think that with the schedule change, we're still going to average the same amount because those people that are coming out during that time, to your point, college football hasn't changed. Nothing has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still going to average those 20,000 through that, and then the boom will come after. So if you keep consistent with where you're at now, and then after you come back from that break, you go up to 25, 30, it's 100% worth the gamble.
Okay.
Is that what was that the understanding of to switch it to the schedule?
I was not in those meetings. I was
Yeah,
not here.
like I'm
Yeah, because
wondering what
it's-
was what was agreed upon. Like,
I
yeah,
think-
this actually makes
Because
sense.
for
I
us-
think it is that. I think it's the eyes from the fans on watching it, either at the game or through TV deals.
Yeah.
The sponsorships are more, or sponsors are more likely to spend if those numbers are up. So how do you get it up? You go against what you're competing against currently.
Yeah.
So do you think, in my opinion, so you think like places like Georgia or Texas, do you think they're going to change all their things to leave Texas football to go soccer games?
Right.
Who though?
The Austin FC, the Dallas, like.
But that's the thing. The people that are
though.
already doing that are still not coming to the games.
They're not
going to
come to the soccer games.
I kind of disagree. I think people are still bringing their families and stuff to games.
I mean, I can tell you right now.
So then they would still do it though.
We literally give kids food at these tailgates. Like, my guy, like families still like. I think. See, like, I get what you're saying, but I still think that we think that soccer is like better than these sports. Like, half these people at the World Cup are the football fans and NBA fans, the other sports. But I think chiming in on soccer. I don't think they're going to leave.
But they're doing it because the exciting part is happening when their sports aren't going on.
Yeah, exactly. But we
that's
just said
why they have the extra money and time to do it.
Right. So we're saying MLS has from January to August to get this money. Right. That's our window.
Part of it. Because then you have the second half of the season.
Right. Okay. So I'm excited to see how this works out, but I just feel like
I think it'll be easier once you see like that first schedule.
Yeah. I think
and
the
then you
second
see it
half
there.
of the season. The second half of the season, I think MLS is going to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
I think that's
Maybe
because
the
they're
second half.
at that point. Yeah, the second.
The first half you're competing.
The first half you're competing
no matter
against,
what.
and then not only that. Now MLS has put themselves in the position where they're not only competing with football, NCAA football, possibly baseball, but now you're competing also against EPL.
Yep.
You're competing against
and that's the thing. How many leagues come back from winter break and that league's already decided?
Yeah.
Where MLS, you still know, like, damn, you're still fighting for a playoff spot, or you're still fighting for a supporter shield to make CONCACAF Champions League. There's still all these other things in play that, again, if you're able to keep your fan base or your average consistent through that first half, the boom will for sure come in the second.
I think for me, I don't have a family. I see tickets, so fire tickets are cheaper, and that's just like sports. So I'll definitely go there. I'm not going to go to a Bears game; they're expensive. I don't really care about the Bulls. Like for me, that's me though. I'm not like everyone else that has kids, whatever. Got other obligations, do other things. So I'm still going to go to the fire game. Just like I mean, and then also like another thing is we talk about fans, but like. What's the sport that what about the fire academies? Like all the people that are like, don't they play on the weekends too during those times?
Yeah.
Are they gonna?
But
are they gonna be like, screw my kid, I'm going to the fire game?
No, but it's the same thing now. Those schedule, the academy schedule runs kind of simultaneously.
That's what I meant. So the sky. Okay. That's
so again, all the things that why people might not come, those barriers are already there, and MLS has surpassed them. So now it's exciting to see, like, all right, now you put the most exciting part of your season, the part that mostly all fans really care about, and you put it when it's not really competing with anything.
There you go.
Like, I think there is something there.
Yeah, and then if you're looking at it a few years down the line for Chicago, and if the Bears move, then you're not even competing against that.
Yeah.
Because that fan base that's going to go watch them in Indiana or Arlington or wherever they go, I mean, they're going to be Bears fans no matter what. They're not going to be worried about going to the Chicago Fire games.
And the good thing here too, we won't have a full roof, but everything, the overhang will cover up to I think a foot after whatever that first seat is. So fans will be covered if it's raining, unless it's coming sideways. But if it's raining, like, we're going to be dry.
Nice.
And then with the brick too on the outside, like, the wind's not going to be able to really get through there that easily.
And with the change in the season, we're bringing in Robert Lewandowski, and apparently that's a done deal. Yeah. How do you know the story of how this actually happened? Because I know it's been in the works, possibly, like, I mean, we've been hearing whispers now for about a year-ish or so?
Just about.
Just under a year. Of course, I was like, that's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Homeboy going to go somewhere else. So... Do you know any stories about how we were able to land Robert Lewandowski, or any?
No idea who planted the seed, I should say.
That NDA is pretty rock solid.
Well, again, I'm very low level. I do not get allowed in these rooms for reasons that are pretty good reasons.
Because you just tell everybody. Don't let Robert in.
I'd get the players in a little sooner. No. But I think it's like with Cuauhtemoc, right? Yeah. It made 0 sense because there was no one at the front office that you'd be like, oh yeah, that guy is from Tepito and knows him somehow.
Right.
You know, so it's one of those that like you look at Greg's team. There's no like real, or at least that I know of, like there's no coaches that came from Poland that might know him directly. But it's one of those that when you think, right, like okay, I want to bring a premier / legacy player that's going to determine the legacy of the club in this moment, or the coach, or what have you, right? And you look at all the players available for what your roster is, for what the MLS rules are, for what leeway you have at the current moment, and then you look at the city, whatever city you're coaching, playing in, you look at that demographic. And I think this one was one that just, on every single level, made so much sense.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he was coming off the bench for Barca, but he was still scoring at a rate better than anybody in the league.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because he wasn't performing, it's just the coach's style and the player that he preferred, which is fair. But yeah, I think it's one that, yeah, it's a home run.
Do you expect him to? So you just said like he comes off the bench. So we're expecting an $18 million player off the bench.
No, I think our situation is a little different than Barca's currently.
I mean, but is it though?
Yeah,
I mean, I know Shaqiri. I mean, Shaqiri came here and walked the whole time.
Right.
But I feel like this new team is actually pretty sprightly, and you got a lot of like speed that was kind of up there. And I mean, I know that everyone's talking about what happens to the Kuiper and Zingernaar.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, it'd be cool to have him in spearhead up there, but like, I mean, say he does start every game, and like since he hasn't started games with Barcelona, he's not going to be able to play 90 minutes.
No. Yeah, it's going to take some time to get him there.
Yeah, I'm saying so.
The other thing you do take into consideration is that, right? Who do you have right now on the team? I think if we would have had a striker with like a Cristiano Ronaldo mentality, I don't think they bring him. If he's getting the same results as Kuipers is right now.
Yeah, and because Franco's coming back, right?
Right, but I think with Kuipers' work rate and with his mentality, I think that's the reason it can work.
And then Zingernagle.
So go ahead.
Where's Zingernagle at?
Zinkernagle's still on the right.
On the right.
But you could play. I think you sacrifice someone from the midfield to play with the two on top because, again, of Hugo's work rate. You're still gonna have Bomb on the left because you're not gonna bench.
No, of course not. Yeah.
Do you think he's going to change do you think Berhalter's going to change that formation up to more of a 4-3-3, or is he going to keep that diamond?
I mean, he throws the 4-4-2 every other game now, or he has this season. So I think he's slowly been like working the team to think like that. Like, okay, we're gonna play with the two striker system. It'll be a little bit different, but still, because again, Hugo could play behind them. His work rate, he's gonna cover that whole thing. And then if you're a defender, what do you do? Do you drop with Hugo, or do you leave the two on Lewy? Okay. So it's gonna make teams stink a lot.
Because one of the big things that Berhalter was obviously working on was playing out of the back,
right?
Like bringing that defensive line up, moving the ball mostly through the sides.
Right.
Now, is that something that's just going to continue, or now that you have Lewandowski who can balance out that middle a little bit more, you see that there might be more play down the middle, or more
which is a good thing.
That
now
you're looking at
options.
overlapping defenders, overlapping backs.
Because if you have Zink on the left, you have Bomb on the right. Let's say Franco gets the ball in midfield. You have those two guys running in the flanks. Then you still have Hugo could run into either channel, and then Lewandowski in the middle. How do you defend that?
Well, because Lewandowski's not going to do any running.
Right. No. Yeah.
So
it'll all be Hugo and his motor.
You just got to figure out. I mean, the other team's got to figure out what they're going to do about the wings. I mean, it could be like old school Tottenham when they had Harry Kane, and all they did was just play in the ball and just dumped it out in the wings, and that's basically how they scored all their goals and got them to a Champions League.
Yeah, Level probably doesn't have to run.
Yeah, so hopefully he doesn't. You have to. I mean, because Fire fans, as soon as he comes there and he doesn't do anything, I mean, it's just. You know how it's going to be. You know how it's going to be. I mean, Robert, you going to have to do it. We're going to do it. But, like, you know how it's going to be. It's just going to be, why we do this? Why we spend for this old head? Yada, yada, yada. But the Fire, I feel like, been playing well enough that it could be a thing that, they could get a cup after a year, and if he's not good after that, you just dump him. You know,
sure. Now, do you think there's still room in the bank account to probably tighten up that defensive line? Because there are just some mistakes that happen on that defensive line that needs to be solidified. Is there
there's roster flexibility. I mean, we don't have any more DP spots, but there's we're looking at Goretzka, who's not a defender, but that shows, right, that we have TAM availability. So if someone like him doesn't come through, like, yeah, maybe there is a center back after the World Cup, or that's a free agent or what have you, that becomes available, or even someone within the league that might be maybe a young guy that's looking for a pay raise, and they're on a regular, developmental contract, and they want to get to a TAM level contract. Maybe that team can't afford it. But yeah, I think we'll see. There's other bunch of free agents that are great names too. But I think that's the idea, right? You bring in that legacy player as a centerpiece, and then you do kind of what Miami did. You use him to help recruit. Maybe he brings a couple pals with him that are willing to take the pay cut.
I don't know if we should do that. I don't think Lewandowski has messy pals. I'm just throwing that out there. Like, just throwing it out there. I don't know what Polish player he gonna bring.
He doesn't have to be Polish.
Well,
could be someone from Bayern.
Like, give me I don't know. I think he'd be. I mean, I don't want. I'd be like, your friends, bro. Like, your friends younger than 30.
maybe not necessarily friends, but to any like a player, right? Or maybe it is a younger player.
Yeah.
But that's the allure, right?
Right.
Either a connection through his global connection, or like he just wants to play with someone of that stature.
You make a good point, man. How come we've never had double like nice play? How come we we only had one?
It's only one.
Like we've never had like.
Well, we only had. It used to be one DP.
Yeah,
so that made it tough.
I guess still Inter Miami's the only team that
we're not
two,
allowed
right?
to break the rules.
Oh,
like
well, LAFC has two. I guess they have two or whatever. But yeah, it is weird. Like,
they have two, but Blanco he's not a household name across the world.
Yeah,
Son is. Yoris isn't a DP.
True.
Yoris came in as a TAM.
Right.
So yeah, Miami is really the only one with multiple.
Yeah.
Red Bulls did try with Thierry and Rafa Marquez. And
I mean,
work out.
Yeah.
Wasn't David Villa and Pirlo?
Yes, that was another one. Yeah. That's what did not work.
They also had they had
that was the crutch club.
And talk about somebody who was not going to run. Pirlo was not going to run.
They also had mechanical wheelchairs, bro.
They had Pirlo, they had Villa, and they also had the other British player. I can't remember what his name was. He's a manager now.
Lampard?
Lampard, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They had Lampard too.
But I think it was Pirlo then Lampard.
They didn't play
I don't
together?
think they were both together. I think Villa played with both of them.
Yeah.
But I don't think Lampard and Pirlo were there at the same time.
That's crazy. That was a crazy era too, man.
I'm just gonna say
the era of guys coming to MLS and leaving to go coach.
I was gonna say Mohamed Salah's available.
I know.
He's currently very free.
And he loves
so Miami
red.
going to Miami.
He does. Yeah, probably. Who knows? Nobody knows what he's gonna do. It'd be. I would.
Is he gonna go back to Liverpool now that Slot's out?
No. That's
he's deeper than
he's
that.
gone. No, he's. I don't think his legs can keep up with that league anymore. But I can keep up in MLS. I'm just saying.
Well, we're up against it. Thank you so much, Robert, for coming in and talking to us about the Chicago Fire and Lewandowski. I was hoping we'd get to a little bit more conversation about that, but we did talk a lot about the World Cup, which continues this week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Again, follow us on Instagram. That's Barra Brava Brewing Co. to see what we are doing for those events. If you would like to get in contact with us, please hit us up at lumpenfcradio@gmail.com. That is lumpenfcradio@gmail.com. If you want to see what we're doing, again, that's Barra Brava Brewing Co. on Instagram, as well as the 3160 firm. If you want to partake of the conversations while we are live on the air, just hit up Lumpen TV on Twitch. And we'll get to any of the questions or comments that you have on that thread or on that stream. Thank you all so much for listening to us. You've been listening to WLPN LP Chicago.
Real quick, when's the season start back up, Robert?
July 16th.
Okay.
Next Thursday.
July 16th. Oh, that's right. We hit us up on, again, Butter Bravo Code 3160 firm to see what we're doing on July 16th for that tailgate. You've been listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You have been listening to Lumpen FC. Thank you all so much and have a good night.